All right, mic check, 1, 2, and 2, mic check, 1, 2, and 2. How am I coming through? Yo, why the fuck is my color grading yellow? There we go. It's like I know which monitor the fucking thing goes off of, but like, it took me a second because I'm like, I know what the reactive light thing actually like does for me, but like nothing on that screen was yellow. Scop stream, indeed. We've got ourselves a hell of a setup. Wait, did one of my plugins break? Oh, nope. Yeah, no, we've got ourselves a hell of a backlog. Full disclosure, there are two. Virus videos. I know some of y'all have a phobia of that. One is 30, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. One's about 8 minutes and some, closer to 9. One is about 3 minutes closer to 4. I purposefully put those at the back so that y'all wouldn't have to, like, go around, you know? Fuck yeah, Dano Octuan. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're currently just going through the backlog. This might be one of the longer ones of the Scop streams, just because of, there was a couple, like, 20-minute videos, give or take. As per usual, if I'm not interested, I will be allowing myself to, like, skip over things I don't want to see or am bored with, or like, no, I've seen enough. It shouldn't be that big of a problem, though. Also, full disclosure, because this is not on the VOD, I might have to mute every once in a while watching videos, because I did not take care of my food. I was not able to find the time to actually get, like, a proper meal in. So I have chips, and, like, I can usually stealth eat, but, like, chips are crunchy. Those are gonna pick up. There's no good way. There's no, like, good path for that, you know? Before we start, I would also like to thank, and I think I'm getting this right, Just Raina for the follow. Welcome to the Cabaret. Hope you enjoy your stay. And now that the song is over, let's just cut the music, and we'll start ourselves off.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming.
This is turning your lightsaber off mid-combat.
Maybe I'll stand more of a chance this time. Let us begin.
I really like this style of animation.
Tell the master.
It's really impressive and really smooth.
Anakin, what was that? Is your lightsaber malfunctioning? No, master. It's a new strategy I've come up with. So you just turned it off in the middle of a duel.
That's dishonorable. That's extremely dishonorable.
To get your opponent off balance so that you can destroy them.
Howdy, Jess.
Anakin,
it is also very funny.
I call that a very sound strategy. I'm being mindful, master. Just unconventional. Anakin, please. I'm the only Jedi in the last 1,000 years to have defeated a Sith. I think I know what I'm talking about. No one else uses it. No one else expects it.
No one else. Yeah.
That's why it works.
He's got a point.
Let's go again.
It's dishonorable, but it works. Hang on.
Right, Anakin. Why do you need that to stop? Jedi were taught not to have attachments. And I'm not attached to the normal lightsaber curriculum. You're just making me stumble all over the place. This is
He's not
training. I don't
incorrect.
See the problem, master. They'll never put you on the council if this is what your lightsaber training has devolved to. Well, if they did, I would be teaching all of the younglings a lesson. You're sacrificing all of your defense. You just turn it off and they stumble and you turn it back on.
Not
really
entirely wrong. It's only dishonorable if there's witnesses. Otherwise, it's a fair fight. I agree. I think you should just throw sand in their eye.
My very young apprentice. As you wish,
Also,
Master.
howdy, Banshee. How you holding up?
We have to show this to Master Yoda. That's a good idea, Master.
It's a good idea. Yeah, let's go.
Master Yoda.
Oh no. Yoda, no. I hate sand. It's coarse and gets everywhere. That's why it's good in a fight. Do you have more problem with throwing some sand?
And subscribe while you're down there. And I'll see you in the next video.
And now he has, now Apollo says
No, that's
book.
not a book.
Imagine, I'm imagining, I'm visualizing. Metal.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's a book.
Yeah, let's
I
go.
have issues with pocket sand. I'll never get it out of my cargo pants. Oh, I'm not saying pocket. I'm just saying like take the junk off of your take the junk off the
Yes,
ground and
why?
throw it at your
What's
opponent.
this called?
Apollo's a good boy.
It's made of paper. No.
Is it a
It's
bowl?
close. No.
Paper.
Okay. What's this called? It's made
Metal.
of metal. What's this called?
Glass.
No. What's this called?
Also,
No,
is it just me
this
or
is
is
a
his
ball.
pronunciation getting better over time?
No, it's a ball.
This is a book.
This is a
Zombo.
Although you said book. Do you want to try it? You can try it.
I love that little fucker. Also, this is a Skywind demo video. I believe it's going to show how necromancy works. There we go. Okay. Every once in a while I'll have to... Oh, I really like the Morrowindification of Skyrim's hub. Or HUD. That's good. Necromancy. Whoa, I love Dungeon Meshi. How do you think undead taste? Would you like to find out? I can't wink. I can't wink with this tracking, right? Rotten? Damn it. I think Apollo knows what he's doing and was trolling. I agree. I agree.
What, Outlander? Why do you disturb me?
Ooh. Ooh, I like that loading screen. Oh. Okay. You can use ghosts to freeze stuff, though. That is true. Oh, that is a hell of a mask. God, I love the art design of Morrowind so much. That's how they make sherbet out of holy water. All I'm saying is that in that case, holy snow exists, and you can kill zombies by throwing ice cream at them.
No, no! This one said nothing! Please!
Voice work for this mod is so fucking good.
You'll never say anything again.
Holy ice cream does exist. You never see Dracula's snow cone, do ya? You missed some, you literally missed 2 videos. It's fine. It's aight. 2 seconds, I have a cough now. Thank you, human body. Yeah, you missed Apollo saying, the 3D department continues to create new resources for level designers, such as this common Velothi interior kit. I do love that Skywind also seems to be, like, not only just a total conversion, but, like, also a mod pack if you... or an asset pack if you want to make your own stuff. It really works, which also means some classic Morrowind mods might be popular. Or, not popular, but, like, doable in the Skywind system. Also, yeah, I, again, love this look for the loading screens. I've never mind the 3D models in modern Bethesda games on loading, but, like, I miss when they would show you concept art, essentially. Also, if they could turn down the depth of field, that'd be great. Because, like, I understand what they're doing, but it makes things look a bit muddy. Oh, they mentioned House Telvanni here. I think my favorite thing of that is like the towers of House Telvanni, I believe it is. They don't have stairs because you should be able to levitate or else you don't belong there. Muddy Wind. I mean, Morrowind is really muddy. Ooh, that dialogue UI. Fuck yeah.
One duty of the temple is to bring justice to necromancers.
Voice acting is being mastered. Rev cohesive audio experience. If you experience in audio engineering, we could use your help. I like that.
Delvum and Darius. He is hiding in Mawia.
I wonder if they're going to have fast travel at all, or if you're going to have to use intervention or recall.
It is not far before it opens into a lake. Turn east again, and look for an island just south of the coast. Go there. Find Delvum and Darius.
Honestly, I would have just been happy with, like, Morrowind being fully voice acted. This is so cool.
Necromancers are a profane blemish on this land. Show no mercy.
You know how to move sliders in FL Studios mixer? Does that count as audio engineering? I mean, see if that's what they need. Saint Nerevar, the captain of the... Ooh. Loading screens and tips. Okay, things are going by a little fast. Yeah, God, this UI is fucking clean. They don't know what hit when I opened 6 instances of Soundgodizer. They won't. They certainly won't. Yeah. Oh, I love the Morrowind spells that are basically just Featherfall. Like, if y'all are like, hey Bedlam, why are you so critical of like Skyrim and like to a lesser extent Oblivion? Why do you like shill Morrowind so hard? Because of how many fucking options it gives you. That's for GarageBand. You need Fruity Soundgodizer for FL Studio. That's true. Isn't there a version of GarageBand that's on iPhone and like iPod? Just to like play with? I think I mentioned this on stream before. The fact that I was looking at the App Store on my new phone and seeing like real ass console games like Symphony of the Night and shit is like, what? What do you mean real games on my phone? GarageBand, if I recall correctly, doesn't have an OTT or Soundgodizer equivalent. Damn. The Gorillaz album The Fall was mixed entirely on an iPad. That's fucking awesome. And I do mean the Soundgodizer from FL Studio. There's only one. See, this is stuff that's like not things I'm knowledgeable about. GarageBand does exist on iPhone. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, if Bethesda wasn't fucking around, they would totally, like, sell plushie Clan Fears. I would kill for a plush animal version of a Clan Fear. Soundgodizer is a real thing. Brutal architecture. The Daedric Ruins tiles has been complete, allowing our level designers to finalize more dungeons across Vardenfell. Hell yeah. I actually wonder if it, does anyone know offhand if Skywind is going to have the, if it's gonna have the DLCs like Tribunal? Boss, why do you have giant Peepus on your wish list? Funny. The answer is funny. But also, I'm not even joking when I say this. It looks like a plushie that would be nice to hug up to instead of a pillow. Would you buy a well-loved Ding Ding plushie? It took me a second to realize what you were talking about too, but like, yeah, no, I threw that on there on purpose. Ding Ding is a classic. Fuck yeah, Jesus spell. God, I feel like they must be like pushing the creation engine to its limits. Because like in some ways, like Morrowind is more advanced than the two Elder Scrolls games that came after. I'm not counting ESO because I just don't know that game in and out, but like still. Skeleton Warrior! I'm not sure how I feel about that UI in the top right, but like, I mean, it works. That's what I'm gonna die and turn into, a skeleton hero. God, part of me almost feels like this is a little too dark. I don't know, maybe I'm also just used to... Well, I mean, now that I think about it, no, I'm wrong. Because that actually means you have a real use for torches, unlike Skyrim, where torches are kind of mostly RP. Where, like, how do I put it? Like, I don't think there was ever a moment in Skyrim where I needed a torch. I could actually see needing a torch here. You either die a skeleton hero or get revived and become a skeleton villain. It's true. Holy shit, that's gnarly. I thought for a second that was using ghoul textures from Fallout 3 in New Vegas. Lighting as a gameplay mechanic is so fun for you. I agree. No, it's why I wished,
Who's there? Another rat of the temple? Be gone, fool.
I'm actually gonna turn off subtitles for this.
At the foot of my tower.
Night in modern games is the same level of ambience as day. It's what I really liked about Dragon's Dogma. I mean, 2 specifically, but 1 also had it. You say this as you just beat Metro? Yeah, the Metro lighting mechanics are so fucking cool. Have you played Last Light? Breath of the Wild? I don't know. I don't know about Breath of the Wild. Custom first-person animations, sounds, visual effects are being created to give each spell its own identity. I like that. It means that if you're, like, say, a dedicated conjuration mage, you're gonna have, like, actual variance in how those feel. You soft-locked yourself in 2033? How so? The original release, not Redux? I think both are, like, personally fine. I'm not, like, a diehard about it, but, like, having done some digging, I now see what people mean by, like, missing the stealth suit. Yeah, I also miss when Open Door used to be a spell. That shit was the sickest. Stuck at lowest possible health, hardly any ammo. Ah, yeah, I feel. I've always thought about doing a Ranger hardcore thing, but I'm, like, still not entirely sold on it. God, I rarely say this, but, like, I really wish Bethesda would just hire the Skywind team, because I would pay for this shit. This is what I want to see. Just check. Ranger Hardcore is fun as fuck, I think. No, literally, yeah, Bethesda hire these men, please. Ooh. Ooh, I actually like the fireball that has, like... Okay, that's sick. I like the fireball with, like, a proper weight to it, so it feels more like you're dropping, like, a magical bomb on them. Yeah, even the skeletons are like redone, I'm pretty sure, because those don't look like Skyrim skeletons, which makes sense. They look way more like Morrowind skeletons. They probably have some women too, so it won't cost Bethesda's. Shut up, though. Yeah, and they even use like a different font. That's awesome. For the record, like, I've known Skywind has been in development for like years on years on years, but like, I don't think I've actually sat down to watch one of these videos. I love Metro 2033 as a chapter select because you're able to go straight to the library and show Iris that bit where your pal finds roadside picnic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I even popped off at that during the LP. Also, fuck the librarians. They are some of the scariest things in a video game. You should read Roadside Picnic, then Other Side Picnic. Roadside Picnic is a very easy, quick, interesting read. If you're looking for something to read in like I'd say a weekend at like average reading speed. I would also recommend, if you're getting into weird Soviet era books, you should look into Stellaris, which Silent Hill 2 totally didn't just steal the plot from. Not at all. It'll probably take you less time than watching Stalker did. Maybe. So God, the absorb health spell looks so cool. Never heard of Other Side Picnic. Yeah, it's Roadside Picnic, but Yuri. And a manga instead of like a novel. It's fantastic. Ooh, I like this track. Okay, okay. You're fantastic. Oh, hush you.
No wasting your time. I can sustain myself here for years. Can you say the same?
Oh, they did so much justice to that design. Holy shit. Holy shit. Make me? No. I fear I enjoy it too much. Oh God, I cannot wait to play a finished build of this, which may never come, but that's fine. Yeah, strong levitate! What, dumbass? You can't fly? You don't belong in House Telvanni. Fetcher! Yeah, 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 yeah! I mean, I knew they would keep, like, all of the Morrowind insults and slurs. It's part of the experience, but, like, goddamn, goddamn. God, I love the look of the Morrowind Dwarven equipment. It's... Ooh. Ooh, I kind of like that reflection effect. Like, that... It's a bit rudimentary, but, like, that communicates, like, polished bronze to me. Well, Daedras can technically refer to any singular Daedra. It's commonly denoting a lumbering reptilian species. It's true. I forgot that Morrowind even had crossbows. Which were suspiciously gone until a Skyrim DLC, come to think. Also, let me, ooh, hey. Let me know if audio is too quiet or too loud. I can probably fix it. Ooh. Okay, we've got some slowdown, and of course, a necromancer can use steal life on you.
I'm so good. I'll kill you, you ignorant savage.
Jesus Christ. God, I have to play this. When it comes out, expect a playthrough. Like, once you can do it from, like, front to back, like, expect a Skywind LP. Sorry, not Skywind. Yeah, no, Skywind. Right? Yeah, okay, I'm not stupid. It's not Morrowind. I really hope that, like, Skywind comes out and Skyblivion comes out, and that they're compatible with each other, because that'd be neat. And then makes Skyfall or Daggerrim, who up rimming they morrow. Not on Twitch, I'm not. But if it was called Guywind and they got rid of the correct player models to use in every playthrough, what if? Yeah, I love these new magic animations. They make the experience so much better. Lucky there's a family, Sky. Shush. All right, Spike Pit with you. No $1 million.
We hope you enjoyed watching this gameplay preview as much as we enjoyed making it.
I did.
Our team is
That didn't even feel like 20 minutes.
Game elements, and we're looking for talented individuals to join our team as volunteers at TESR Skyward.
Yeah, if you want to get in on this,
we're a list of all open positions.
Totally look into it if you think you have a skill they might need.
With mixing and mastering voice acting, creating 3D animations, implementing assets via the creation kit, making 3D clothing models, or writing dialogue, then consider joining and helping us bring Skywind to life.
And they're, like, to my knowledge, making Skywind, like, how do I put it? Like, making Skywind at, like, a decent pace. It's gonna take a while, but
Two, my mom, and three, the Apple computer.
I've escaped the depths of the supermarket once again. How you doing, Jane? By the way, I've been loving,
last tissue right now.
I've been loving Dying Light too.
And I just go, boom, snap that one in.
Last week I doubled down on getting through it.
Anyway, let's give y'all what you wanted. We've got the spider still here.
Okay.
Alright, looking pretty good out here. Let's finish it off on the inside now. This weather, man.
I love that song. Your favorite competitive TF2 video ever uses it. Oh, is this like a known royalty-free track? Wait, it just occurred to me. Do I have? I do not have subtitles on. That's my bad.
Oh my god, man. Florida,
should submit that. Actually, it's funny if you don't play even if you don't play sixes, just know that the backlog is still very, very, very full. So it might be a second.
This one's gonna take everything 15 and below. Let's play some tested frequencies first, starting at 10 hertz.
Fuck yeah, turn that shit up, turn that shit up.
It's starting.
Ooh. Ooh. You ain't submitting shit until we clear that backlog. It's fine if you do, though. Not sure if you even watched the singular video you submitted yet. What was it?
20 hertz, right? And it's not spinning. But I want to show you that at these higher frequencies, the motor structure of the subwoofer that's actually attenuating the blades cannot.
Prom night? I don't recall.
So they can make a full movement and catch enough air while spinning to actually replicate the frequency that is playing. just shaking the entire mechanism. And it's
Oh,
barely
shit.
the blades. Now let me show you what happens when I play
shit.
half of that. 10 hertz at the same volume, even less actually. You see how complete?
Oh shit.
Is? Now at the same volume, look how well 5 hertz performs.
Ooh.
It's
Get you a girl that makes you do that.
It's happy to play 5 hertz for you, you know? Now,
It's happy.
Some great recommendations on songs to play on this.
Also, I don't remember if we saw the first video of this, but bro built a rotary speaker that... No, it was not submitted, I don't believe.
Sound effects. Falcon 9 rocket launch.
Ooh, there's something about, like, with nice bassy headphones watching this.
Section with the sonic booms. Anything between 7 and 10 hertz, I can actually hear with this. Anything below that, it just starts shaking my pants. Now it is laundry day, and
it was submitted. I don't recall then. I might have, but it's also been a minute.
We got 2 hertz coming out.
Also, how y'all liking the new Embee Cabaret Theater thumbnails?
We got 3 hertz.
With the new model, I thought to make a new one.
Now, probably the most well-known
Your Discord DMs are also made up of subwoofers.
Supposedly this
like your wife. Actually, she's more of a sub chirper.
Sure does.
That track just goes hard. Okay, yep, content match. Oh no.
Didn't even try that one yet.
You have at least 2 subwoofers in my DM. I'm trying to turn my wife into one. I thought that she was a mannequin. Oh fuck. Oh.
Not funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. I thought... Man searching for the brown notes. I think that's possible. Like, I don't know if the brown note exists, but if it does, it can be done with this. Oh. Did it fuck up? Did it die? I'm also shocked that she noticed that, like, hairline crack.
And it's freaking raining, man. Damn.
Mythbusters tested the brown out pretty heavily and got nothing. Sad.
Some bullshit, man. Damn, son. Look at those spiders.
Oh, fuck yeah, spiders. I love spiders.
We should take it easy for today, because I don't know
It
what
is
else
lit.
is gonna happen.
There's rain. There's spiders.
I'm bummed out, man.
Sick fucking Faith reference.
The house is cracking up. A subwoofer is bent out of shape. Damn. Oh, man.
I'm so full from spiders.
Thank you very much for it. Like, I was
The average unmarried traveler consumes 8 clockwork spiders in their lifetime. Oh fuck yeah. Oh fuck yeah. I watched this video like years ago, but I'm glad. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Cats are such funny little fucks. Oh my god, look at that man! Look at that man! Look at that void man! Yeah! Oh fuck. I was gonna say, let me see the real one. Oh, I see where they were going with that. Oh, hell yeah. Strong lady. Strong lady. Oh, yeah. This is just a video of the shit Elle gets up to. I wonder how that one came to be. How did he come into this world? What? I was gonna say, you're doing your crunches? Holy shit, that's the Dragon of Dojima. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah! Do a jump. Oh, you're levitating. That's not what I thought. That's a Rat King. Oh. Is that shit Alphys is making in the True Lab? You're not wrong. Also, this is an E3 presentation of, I believe it was Half-Life 2? Yeah, Half-Life 2 tech demo from E3 2003. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna stuff my face for a second.
In your absence, Mr. Freeman.
The Source Engine gives us capabilities in 4 main areas. Believable and realistic human beings, graphics that were previously impossible outside a Hollywood movie studio, an integrated materials and physics system that create an unprecedented level of interactivity, and artificial intelligence that
to this day, the Half-Life 2 models look fantastic. Low res, but still amazing.
Creating a character like the G-Man. His eyes glint based on a radiosity calculation of the local illumination. They self-shadow and follow you as you move. He has 40 separate muscles in his face, and his emotions are based on a taxonomy of facial expressions created by Dr. Paul Ekman, a research psychiatrist. This same system that gives him...
Attention, Mr. Freeman. I'm only going to say this once.
Allows him to speak. But he can do it just as easily in any other language as English.
Is that German?
The character technology gives us a broad emotional palette to draw upon. So you'll really hate your enemies in Half-Life 2, fear for yourself and your friends, and maybe discover a few...
No? Okay, I couldn't place the... That's Mandarin. I heard a word that sounded like a German word, I know.
So with characters who react emotionally and are so expressive, we need a world that's similarly flexible and interactive.
Holy fucking shit. Oh my god.
Dynamic. Any surface can have its displacement map altered dynamically along with its collision wall. The world is also built out of materials.
So I know this is a tech demo and that they had to like step their game up for the tech demo, but like god do I wish that there were more moments in Half-Life 2 like the one we saw previous with the dirt deforming like that. He was doing the DreamWorks face, you're right. Holy shit, Barrel Plinko!
Didn't think this would be complete without a giant pachinko machine.
Yeah, the mattress physics also, like, to this day impress the fuck out of me.
We have flexible models interacting with complex surfaces. There's no limitation on the complexity of those interactions.
I wonder what it is about game devs where they love watermelons. They fucking love adding watermelons to show off physics.
Door to a wide variety of new gameplay mechanics.
This will run on my 486.
Environment deforming did exist up until Source 2007. It no longer exists. It was never used prior. Yeah, I wish it was there though, because it's impressive.
The walls here are actually bump map subdivision surfaces. If you look closely at the water, you can see it refracts merged objects and properly incorporates a Fresnel term to modulate the surface reflectivity. Here you get a sense.
Wait, I think we actually have this map in our possession now. This is the, Lighting Zoo, I think it's called? It's test hardware and CSS. I'm talking about the Half-Life leak. This level is in the Half-Life leak pack.
example, you can take one of them and apply them to a human character, effectively building them out of water. Source also gives us complete control over the outputs and inputs of the system, which we can use in some surprising ways.
Still so goddamn impressive to this day. Oh.
That's been our technology overview of the Source engine. Now let's look at Half-Life 2, the game. Here's the stuff you won't get on your 486.
Oh, is this the dock to Ravenholm?
My spreadsheet ran so well.
I'm very sure this map exists in CSS, so it's not a leak only thing. Yeah, but it's what I know it for, you know? What mod is it where they actually added this to the Ravenholm portion of the game? I also kind of miss this look for the zombies where they wore the darker clothing, more in tune with like the jumpsuit for the civilians.
This next segment will introduce you to Alex, one of your friends in Half-Life 2, and reintroduce Dr. Kleiner, one of the scientists from Black Mesa.
Gordon, snap out of it. You're staring at me again.
Warming up nicely.
Are you sure you don't want me to
Sure, but yeah, these are pretty close to like what would be the finished product. Look at the liquid in the background though, holy shit.
Would hardly be more ideal.
I hope so. I'm sorry, Gordon. I can't help thinking that this isn't going to work. We should have listened to my father and done it his way. It's just, this is the first time I've had any hope of really striking back at the Combine. And now we're sitting ducks.
Yeah, this is pretty close to what Kleiner's lab looked like in the final game.
Is it gonna work or not?
No, there's nothing to be nervous about. Let's see.
Yeah, the animations were definitely stiffer. Also, look at the magnifying glass, holy hell. As I said, pretty close. Still identifiable as the same place.
We should just cut our losses. Listen.
Was this map ever leaked out?
Scanners. That's it. We gotta get moving. Here, Gordon. Take this. Let's get out of here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Run!
Oh, fi. Hell yeah. I still haven't gotten to the point where, I still haven't gotten in the point of Half-Life Alyx where you actually see a Strider. I'm still kind of, well, like, see the Strider in, like, a action situation. And I still can't wait. I need to put more time into Alyx. I'm pretty sure I'm at, like, the 3/4 point and just kind of just need to buckle down and get to it. After a while, though, I just started, like, playing, like, fan maps. Like the recreation of COD Zombies. This is something that I wonder if you can still do. Alyx is really good. Oh yeah, absolutely. One of the best VR games I've ever played. However, when I'm in the mood for VR games, I'm usually in the mood for something like Blade and Sorcery or Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. Oh, that's cool. Like, this is still really impressive. Like, I really wish they, like, did more fun stuff like this.
A friend of yours named Father Grigori, who's kind of a survivalist monk. He's left traps all over the place for you to make use of.
I mean, I wouldn't call him like a full-on friend, but I wish Valve still made video games. I mean, Alex was fantastic. Grigori the GOAT, oh yeah, absolutely. Was always impressed by the mattress physics. Yeah, same. And that's something I wish video games still did. Or like any video game after did. Outside of like, I guess Tarkov is the only other one I can think of where you can actually like roll a grenade. Also, I missed this version of the HUD where the, how'd I put it? Where the, where like the text would like slowly fade in or like do a quick wipe in. You can roll them in Siege. Okay, let me rephrase. I want it in a game that doesn't make me angry. Siege has a very good chance to just make me angry. God, this is still so cool. Yeah, you do bring up a point, but like I spoke bad. Fuck, that was cool. I love how you can still hear it clicking. I like that if you had a machine that even at the time, if it could,
Remember when we thought Black Mesa was as bad as it could get?
Sorry, I got sidetracked. Barney's cool. I wish I had the version of Half-Life 2 where corpses don't fade. I wonder if you can get a worldwide version. Soul but not game? Huh. You only play it when your life feels like it's going too well. That's fair. So I try to team up with randos for dump strats, like using Blitz to flash someone so Sledge can run in and hammer them. That is fun. I don't know. I kind of wish I didn't fall off of it. Because, like, I can tell that if I actually, like, took the time to learn Siege back when people were still, like, actively learning it, that I would have more fun. But, like, it feels like everyone's almost too good for me to have a chance to learn. Like, I played it year one, but, like, you know? Last time you played R6 was year 2 of its life. I mean, I've played it off and on, and I don't, like, despise it. I'm just like, eh. I'd rather play Extraction, honestly. Love how this stage in development, the view model animations had not changed compared to retail. Yeah! I also love this track. It's so frantic. I learned new slurs in the 12 ranked games. That's true. That's true. You will do that if you play Siege. You're gonna learn some things that you never heard in your life. And hopefully never hear again. God, and the Combine dropship still looks so fucking neat.
Your allies in the game won't always be human. And in this segment, some of the less intelligent aliens have been fooled into thinking that you are one of their commanders.
Oh yeah, they'll actually show off Nova Prospect.
So these antlions will do what you tell them to.
God, I should stream Half-Life 2 eventually. Wait, was there a point? Was there a point where the pheromone pod was a limited resource? Squeeze it. Yeah, get 'em, boys! Yeah, I love how they just give you like a whole section of that game that's basically an RTS. I wish Valve had like a real RTS. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I can't remember if that's the original AR2 or not, but like, because I can't remember the name for it offhand, but like, I've always loved the look of that gun. I still need to go over closed captions for Half-Life 2 and send that to you. That's fair. God, look at this computer chug trying to run this shit. Half-Life 2 is one of those games that's going to be eternal for me, because, like, I remember when, like, even, like, a high-budget laptop, when I had one, still kind of had issues running Half-Life 2. And, like, nowadays, it's, like, pretty much anything I buy can run it no problem. And, like, seeing it at, like, a full 60 consistent is, like, wow. Oh, I wish that was more of a thing in the Nova Prospect level. I know this is just a tech demo, but come on, it's the sickest. Now squeeze it. I wonder if you could actually squeeze it at this point in development. Oh yeah, she's squeezing the garlic. Also, if there are moments like this in the Nova Prospect level where they like come out of walls and holes in the ceiling, I don't remember. Wait. I was gonna say, there's no chance that that would ever be friendly. Also, remember how Half-Life, the first Half-Life 2 mod, The Thing, was used off of the leaked assets, and that was The Thing? I'm pretty sure it's just floor holes. Pretty sure, right? Wait, is that a whole different car? I didn't realize the buggy actually had a whole different design. Also, 2 seconds, I need to scratch my inner ear. I also kind of prefer this look to the buggy, because it looks more like what I think a post-apocalyptic buggy would look like. The buggy in retail makes me just want to play the Mad Max game that came out literally the same day as Phantom Pain, so no one gave it a chance. Because, like, if you were buying a game that day, you were buying Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm sorry, that's just how it was. Valve should have let me use the Tau cannon again. I agree. On more than just the fucking buggy. Yeah. And, like, on top of that, they nerfed it. But, like, imagine the Half-Life 1 Tau cannon in Half-Life 2. It would be fucking sick. I mean, you don't have to imagine. I'm pretty sure M-Mod allows you to take it off the buggy, but yeah. Yeah, but, like, give it to me in retail. Give it to me official, you know? Now, here's the question, Eris, because I have played Half-Life 2 so many times in my life. Would it be possible to use the caption mod and the view model that you made with M-Mod, or is it too different? Oh, hell yeah. I still love the guided rocket so much. It's so cool. Remember in Half-Life 1 where you could turn the laser guidance off? Since the view model is only a texture map and not a model swap, both the CC and view model changes should work. When you're done with the closed captioning, if you could test it, I'd be curious. Ooh. Because, like,
you'll get a look at the Citadel.
You know when I played Dark Souls 1 on the channel and it was with like a really like different mod, like than vanilla? I kind of want to do that with Half-Life since I played Black Mesa first, because it was an experience I hadn't had yet. I'd love to do M-Mod. I can turn like the view roll off in that, right? Because I know it has like a little bit. And like it was just enough to trigger motion sickness. Or statue Revachal. Yeah, sure. I know the view model texture swap works, and fuck me, it looks good. Not 100% on the CC thing, but you'll get to it when you get to it. Yeah, okay. That actually gives me like more of an interest in putting Half-Life 2 a little further up on the backlog. Because that would actually be a different experience. Holy shit. God, Striders are still so cool looking to me. It's really sad that, to my knowledge, this level is like pretty much only for the demo. You know how it is, some need the spoons to get to it. Yeah, no, I got you. And it's not like it's something I commissioned. It's something you're doing on the side as like a project. So like you get to it and you get to it. You're at 1% battery? Oh shit. Hope you can find a charger soon, Jane. God, Striders are so fucking cool. I love how they move. It's like if you were fighting a giant gun spider. You're at home, it's fine. Oh, when you said you escaped supermarket hell. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. What? That wasn't very respectful. God, that was cool. That was so fucking neat. Yeah, and then there's this, which is like the thing I remember about this presentation, because it still looks cool. I'd love to do a stream where I just go through the leaks, just like old times. I still love the I'm sorry, Mr. Freeman, but you aren't supposed to be here. I love that one. That's Lane of the Wired, you can't fool me. It's true.
Mate, we're doing telephones again because it's like.
Also, I watched this video recently on like on my own time, but like God, I love this video.
Call somebody nowadays. And gosh, I get stupid old.
Hey Cass, how you doing?
This beige, gross idiot right here. This was like
yeah,
the most
same.
classic telephone here in Australia. Like, well, mates, think months ago we had a look at some.
Not the same phone, but like that yellowing plastic. Oh, Dankpods is great. He makes great shit.
Ever Patreon after shows, considering they're all public anyways. I think, you know, this would be a fun one to quickly show you guys. Look, it's Snoopy, that guy who's like a dog. Who
yeah, he is a dog.
That golf bag.
No, he could. Have you seen the Fallout show?
It's just a slab of plastic.
Depressed about the Microsoft news? Oh, I was like angry about that. I still am.
No, it's a
killing Tango Gameworks of all companies is like a personal slight to me.
Features are crazy. And you think like, how could this be a phone? How could this be a phone unless they've just gotten lazy and just like.
Oh, is it gonna be the thing in the? Is it gonna be the?
That's exactly what they did.
Oh, I was hoping it was gonna be one of the golf drivers.
What a crap phone. It's just absolutely tacked on.
Lots of
This
other Bethesda cuts
craftsmanship
too. I
is
know,
just
but like,
sublime. I like how the golf clubs
I
just
don't know.
melt into a
Austin
void.
was always like,
big companies making terrible crap for people is not.
they
a
made
brand
Prey,
new
which is
idea. I forget what the ring
fantastic, but
sounds
like they were usually an
I
assistant
remember not
studio.
being very happy. Bing bong.
It's like I'm not heartbroken
Oh, that's
past like
right.
knowing people lost their jobs over nothing.
Oh, that salty disappointment is just.
Yeah,
rushing
Arcane
back to
Austin
me.
did not deserve
Oh,
that.
oh, hang on.
But I don't have the attachment, you know?
Isn't that better? The secret was turning
Actually,
it
wait,
on.
no, I might not have
But
seen this
why
video.
would it make a sound at all? What
Weren't they in the
horrible
middle
noises?
of
That
making
sucks.
Blade?
I
No.
can't believe the telecom makes, like,
That
the
was
most
Arcane
classic
Leon
telephone
and
sound.
Austin.
Oh,
Which
there
I'm
it is.
hoping that the people at Austin
one's a
working on
phone,
Blade
I guess.
are gonna
but
be
I
like
got it,
just
and,
hired
like, I
by
laughed at it,
Arcane.
and I want to share
If they
it.
kill
And,
Arcane,
I mean, it's
I'm
kinda
just
related. I mean, you'll see.
permanently going
you know, it's
to
the baby
be
phone.
spiteful. No. You can't kill Arcane. They're too
Mate,
important
she's
to
the
the
baby
industry.
phone. There's the baby.
Also,
There's
their
the
games
phone.
actually usually
You
make
know,
their
this
money
thing
back.
is absolutely ancient, where it's like it's made of all plastic. Wow, like plastic isn't just like the cancer of the planet. It's instead like a new idea. Like this must be 50s or something.
Yeah,
like, if they're
Leon's
that
doing
excited
Blade.
about
Austin was doing
plastic.
supplementary
It's not in our
work.
bloodstream yet. Quick. Oh, it's my baby phone. Look at this plastic beauty. Isn't it divine? It is made
There's
so
like a 90%
nice.
chance that
And
they hadn't
look at
signed to
that,
Blade,
a
Leon
stinking
wouldn't have
cat
survived,
bell in
but
it,
Disney
you know,
contract.
so that's
See,
the
I disagree
rattle
because
and ring
main studio
all in one,
Arcane
huh?
actually almost always makes their money back. I think they've only had one financial stinker, and it was
I mean,
Death
it
of the
really puts in
Outsider.
perspective of where, like, you know, child toys have come. Like nowadays, you can get a free app.
Deathloop isn't like beloved, but it did pretty well.
Colors that keep you mesmerized for hours. If I got this in a Kinder Egg, I'd be furious. But in the 50s, mate, she's all plastic. Unbelievable. It goes back in the box now. So long, baby foam. All right, let's get hot and sweaty.
Baby phone, ring,
It's my
ring,
back
ring,
song.
ring, ring.
Oh, I don't like the sign of that. But look, it's a telephone with soulless, deathless eyes.
I do think that the Disney
I
money
don't want
did
curses
really,
today.
really
Just
help,
got rid of the
though.
last one.
For
Features
sure.
Demons. No way. Redial the last number. Wow. Quick flash function. I don't know what that is. Tone pole switchable. I forget what that is. Incoming ringer. The bare essential for a telephone, frankly.
I
The
assume
features are
tone
the
pole
same on both
switcher
sides.
is the
Soulless,
difference
deathless
between
eyes. Oh no. I'm terrified.
and like
Oh,
a
me
more
bab song. There it is. Please don't be evil. We'll look at this thing in a
Please don't
second.
be
Designer
evil.
phone. Uh-huh. And pretty generic. Oh, I haven't looked at it in the face yet.
this is.
I'm too scared to.
Come on,
Oh, I don't
Wade.
like
This
it.
is cute.
No, I haven't
This is
looked yet.
cute.
3, 2, 1. Bab song.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
It's where
Oh
they
no!
put the lights. Yuck. Oh, I hate you, Babsung. Got a cord coming out of its bum. Past quality control so it can't suck. That's against the law. The only hope is that the ringer is amazing. I can't stop looking at how these colors don't line up properly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ew.
I mean,
oh,
the ringer
yeah.
is classic, but I'm
Why
just
the
freaking out.
eyes?
There's like this grody
Ugh.
undertone to it as well.
Do you do that too,
Why'd
Al?
they
Yes,
make
I
it so
can
scary
confirm.
looking? Why is this so comfortable to hold? Oh, I like how only some of the lights light up. Quality control passed.
It's what she looks like when she's on a phone call.
Take your main event.
Yeah!
It's a go-to
Yeah!
telephone.
This phone hates
Oh,
Mondays!
No. Hang on. Hey! Oh, it's the same people who made this pile of rubbish.
Garfield!
Are
Garfield!
they the LGN of novelty telephones? This was a gift from an old mate.
It's
You know
Laughing
they like
Joking
crap like this.
Numbnuts.
It's like, you genius, thank you.
I love how the Australian accent is freaking YouTube's auto subtitles out.
I'm just happy
This is
to
the
have
one
a
that keeps
genuine
washing up on a
telephone,
French shore.
especially with these
Wasn't
stunning
it something
features. You know,
like
it rings,
a
it
boat
dials,
capsized?
fully modular, hearing aid compatible.
And like
Yeah,
one
and
of the
look, it's the
things
same
had a
crap on
bunch of
every side.
Garfield merch
Please
on
be
it.
really, really funny. Please be really, really funny. Orange cable, I like it already.
Aww. Oh, please don't tell me it goes up his ass.
Aw. Son of a crumpet. I mean, like, it's really unwieldy. I mean, you literally just have to pick up the whole damn cat. And I do like the hang up is there, so technically It is a phone.
Oh yeah.
In the
Technically,
hand,
it's a phone.
It's a lot nicer than I was going to give it credit for. I love this touch as well. You can see there's like a Garfield like sticker or something, and they've just put this crap straight on top of it, just like. Oh, this one has quality control too. It just can't suck. It's against the rules.
It can't.
Wow. Look at the length on this idiot. Whoa, man. They're not screwing around. The Ringer had better be the best thing I've
As someone
ever
who's
heard,
worked QA,
including
reminder,
all the music I've ever
QA
heard.
just
Am I
means it was
expecting too
looked
much?
at. That doesn't mean the people making it actually fixed
Blow me
it.
away, Garfield. Oh, no. It's the worst one yet. Oh, my ears.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like that one.
Oh, no.
I'd hate Mondays too if it sounded like that.
I hate it. I really dislike that. Okay.
Switch it to Pulse. No. Switch it to Pulse first. No! No! Oh, tag your gore! Oh, no! Oh, no! His eyes popping out. No, no, no. Wait, you didn't do your due diligence. You should have tried pulse, not tone. Oh, that goes hard. That goes hard. I want someone to do that to me.
Oh, it's filthy.
Oh, I got one of those. It doesn't make that noise because it needs to be like WD-40'd, but like I've got a similar clamp right here. It's what my capture card used to be, and it's what you look like too. I've seen pictures of you. It's true.
That's good enough. Oh, that poor cat. That was important there, okay, guys? That was important. Like, I thought the Bab song was the possessed one, mate, but no. When I heard that Garfield noise, mate, that was it.
Why are you showing the gore?
This is something I need to strip from the planet. And the one grit's been anchoring for it, mate. Old school style like that. Look, you can even see Garfield's skin in here. It's like back in the Vice there. And no doubt someone's going to be like, oh no, that was super collectible.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Here if you want it.
It's mass-produced Garfield stuff.
De-stress that plastic a little bit. You know, you can fix that. Look, the foam port is perfect. But hey, mate, I could trade you something equal value. I'll give you 2 minutes with a baby phone. And well, that's it.
That makes up for it.
Huge thanks to my patrons, especially Stinky Dams are here. Because, mate, if you want to see more of my videos, I've got Garbage Time, which is
I can't remember. Didn't he, like, close the Patreon, or did he stop doing the after show?
With, like, my drum streams and game streams, because I've got a game channel on YouTube called Hello, I'm Gaming. I make a lot of content. There's a lot of it. And if you want to watch it,
he makes good stuff. Watch Dank Pods. Genuine, good YouTuber. I watch him in my off time.
Whew. Look how long Frank is.
Look at him. It's so there is actually. I'll pause between videos.
Smelly books. Frankie. Frank.
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 Frank. Like it's always weird doing these streams, and like one of the things on there is like a channel I actually watch. Frank, you idiot. Yeah. No, but like seeing like YouTubers who actually make stuff I actually enjoy and watch on my own time, and like found before I started doing like this sort of streaming, is like always fascinating to me, because it's like, oh, jump scare almost, because like I know that guy.
Back when high-speed internet meant 0.056 megabits per second download speed. I have some old-school telephone line modems, 14.4K, 33.6K, and 56K bits per second. The 14.4 doesn't work, or at least I can't make it work yet, so I want to get the other two talking to each other without an actual phone line. I have this early 2000s computer that's running
You want to do this someday? It sounds fun.
I have a boot disk to get me into DOS. Let's power this up. So the 56K modem is plugged into this computer with an RS-232 port on the back. The 33.6K
Yeah, there's still parts of the
modem
world where you have to use
is
these
connected to
modems
this
still. It's fascinating to
mid-2000s
me.
PC running Linux Mint right now, and it does not have an RS-232 port, so I'm using this USB to
I mean,
RS-232 to plug in
if it
that
works, it
modem.
works.
So aside
you know?
from being plugged into the AC adapter and the RS-232 on two separate computers,
Sorry.
there's a phone cable coming out of each modem, coming to an old-fashioned wall
I was
phone
like,
jack,
something's missing.
and I have
Something's
those wired
weird.
directly to each other. But it won't work just like this. So there's the back of the modem. You plug a phone cord into the wall. You can plug another phone in here. Then you have configuration dip switches, the RS-232 port, and the AC adapter. All those dip switches can be configured like this.
Okay.
It looks like we've booted up on the 56K modem computer in DOS. And I have a separate keyboard for each computer, so I'm going to have to manually type commands into each modem this way.
I mean,
So
whatever
with the modems
works.
on the workbench connected to the computers, I
Whatever
also have a
works.
couple of monitors set up on adjustable arms. This would be the early 2000s PC running DOS. We just booted up from the floppy. So that's going to run the 56K modem, and I'm going to use a program called Telex that I used to use in the 90s. The other monitor is on Linux on the mid-2000s.
Give me 2 seconds.
computer,
I actually have to turn
and
around
it's
and grab
running
something off my...
Minicom,
Right, the
so we
fan.
can
The
take a
fan
look at the
point's
settings
right
there.
behind
And I
me.
have a current meter set up so that we can see that at the same
But
time and
Bedlam,
see how
why do
much
you need a
current
fan?
the phone
It's
line
getting hot
uses
out, and I
when we
like,
get
and I
one
don't
set
like
up.
still air.
First, I need to take this keyboard and get over to Telex. I never realized all this time this Telex Exis company has a P.O. box back in the day, West Hill, Ontario, Canada.
Is that where you're
a phone
at?
number, a fax number, and a bulletin board
Is this
system
like an,
that has
oh,
a
I know where that
14.4
is sort
modem,
of situation,
like
or what?
this. So it goes in, initializes the modem. Part of what I want to do here with this experiment is document everything I had to configure as well as the hardware circuit for using the phone line. I already spent hours messing around with this. There's modem initialization
Fun story from work
commands
today.
and internal NV
You had to
RAM
ID someone
settings
buying
and
cigarettes and got
factory
punched in the
defaults. I need
gut
to
by the
do more
realization
research
2006
on
was 18
how
years
all the
ago.
settings work on these dip switches as well
Oh,
as
is 18
what
years the
modem AT
minimum for
commands I
cigarettes
can
where you're
use
at?
to configure all this. But as these devices are right now, as far as the dip switches, because I did have to set them differently and I did have to play around with everything, the 33.6K
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. Like, I don't like thinking about that. I don't like thinking about that at all. You're sadly European. Fair enough.
The difference being switch 7 is up on the 56K.
Yeah, I keep forgetting
down on
worldwide
the
21
33.6K.
is not the
So
cigarette
it's a matter
age.
of,
Or
are
there's
we
some
or
places
are
where
we
it's
not
20.
loading stored settings or factory defaults. So if I ever get stuck in the future after playing around with this, I can at least revert back to these settings and go from there. So on the 56K modem running Telex in DOS, this is the initialization string that I'm using right now, which works. If I go in and look at other settings, I really need like 3 cameras here. So I set
Yeah, you
the
probably
modem
do, come
to
to
be
think.
38.4. Again, just experimenting. The fastest I can connect right now is 33.6 because I have a 56K and a 33.6K, so the slower one wins. And there's no 33.6 setting in here, so I had to go with 38.4, N81, the usual parity, stop bits, data length. My terminal
That is not the
emulation
right
is
spelling of
ANSI.
parity.
I
That
have
is not the
local
correct
echo
version of parity. Come on,
and
Google. You're better
charge
than this.
return line feeds so that
You are a
I can get
computer.
down
How
to
would
the
you not
next
know
line
computer
when
word?
pressing enter and I can see what I'm typing. So that's about the only important stuff there. There's my modem initialization string. ATZ will reset the modem, and then I configure it with
Because computer's
ATS
stupid,
70
that's true.
55, that's 0 equals 0,
Also, a
V1,
16-year-old
X4.
tried to buy
I'd have
some
to
in a
look
MIDI
these up.
16,
I
which
think
just unlocked you for a minute.
S70 has
At
something to
least
do
he
with
was honest.
dialings. S0
Like, do I
equals
approve
0.
of
I
minors
think that
buying
says
alcohol,
don't
cigarettes,
follow
what
answer on
have
any
you?
amount of ring.
No.
Now looking at Linux
Would I
Minicom on the
appreciate their honesty?
33.6K
Yes.
modem, communication parameters.
I remember
So we are
back
set
in the
to
day, like
38.4
in
as
the
well,
United
and
States,
N1, also using
there was a
ANSI
time
for
where you could
terminal
have your
emulation,
kid do
and
cigarette
the
runs
serial
for you and be like, yeah, no, I'm
device
getting
is
cigarettes
USB
for my
to
dad.
serial cable. with just the phone cables basically plugged directly modem to modem.
And it's like, what?
Nothing else.
And
If
this
I
is
tried
like
to
before my
answer the
time,
phone
because I'm pretty
line
sure that
with
was something that like
ATA,
stopped in the
characters are
like
doubled up
60s or
because I have local
70s.
echo
But
on.
like,
when I hit enter,
that
to
was
try
a
to
thing
answer
for
the
a
phone
good
line,
minute in
normally
history.
it
That
should
was
start
so
squealing
weird.
and trying to connect, but it just says no carrier because there's no phone line, there's nothing there.
They would take a
Over on
signature of the
telex
parent
side,
even,
if
yeah.
I do the same, ATA,
Which means the
it's
way you
not
would do
doing
it at
anything,
the
it's not making
time
any noise,
is
and no carrier. Looking at
kids
how
got
the
really good
plain
at
old
forging
telephone
signatures.
service works, i.e. landlines.
Now you
we
only
can
do that
figure
for
out what we need
doctor's
to do
notes.
to emulate this
No,
service
don't do that, don't
without
do
a
that.
real telephone service to get a couple of phones or modems working together. There's a lot of resources out there, but this one pretty much sums it up nicely, so let's skim through the first part of this. I'll
The
put
regional
links
manager
to
was there that day
information below.
too? Huh.
Here's a little block diagram
Now your
they
dad would
have.
smoke in school
So
and
they
nobody
have
cared. Oh,
subscriber
obviously no one
terminals,
cares once it's in your
equipment, which would be
possession,
a
but
phone
like
or a modem
buying
or
them is the
whatever
hard
else you
part.
plug into the phone line. Then you have the actual wiring between your location and the telephone central office. And then there's the central office itself, which handles giving you the voltage and current sources, providing the service, giving you your dial tones, detecting the buttons you press, and connecting your call. All we're trying to do today is figure out the part of all of this where we give power to our modem and get it working. So the customer is usually
This is going over my head. It's one of those where it's interesting. It is going right over my head.
In the central office, when the phone is on hook, so it's not picked up, there's about minus 48 volts DC present on the phone line when it's idle. This is basically set up as a current source with some resistance here, a couple hundred ohms in the phone line, and in the telephone
the school dorm will straight take your cigs if you're caught. Oh yeah, nowadays they will.
Here. But when
like back in the
on
day,
hook,
once it was in your
idle,
possession,
this
no
has
one
to
gave a
have
shit.
A high impedance, several megs minimum.
No one
Basically,
gave a
it looks
shit.
like an open circuit. So when the device
Yeah,
plugged
also
into the
even as
phone
a smoker,
line
it's
is
like don't
wanting to pick
smoke
up the
indoors.
phone,
Don't,
there's a
especially
hook
not in your
switch
dorm.
that closes, putting a couple hundred ohms across
That shit's gonna
the phone
fuck up
line,
your
completing the
walls
circuit path,
and like
and
put a
then you get
film on
maybe
things.
average
Like do it
20 or so
outside,
milliamps
or
of
at least
loop
on a
current
patio.
established.
You know,
We're not looking at everything like ring
or like a
generating
balcony.
and detecting and audio.
That's what
in and
balconies
out
are
of the phone and all
for.
the touch tone stuff. We're just looking how to make the phone circuit live. So that's the problem we're trying to solve so that we can actually have two modems hooked up. Here's a simplified block diagram just for what we are looking at. We have our
Okay.
modem ready to complete the
Even if you
circuit
have
on
them
the
with
phone
you?
wires, adding a resistance.
That's weird.
And
That's
expecting
weird.
some sort of current.
That's an
We need
invasion
to
of privacy.
provide
That
20 milliamps
because there's no
somehow into
confirmation that
this
you're
phone
smoking them
path,
on
and the
campus. It's
simplest
just that you
form
have
of a
them in your
current source
possession.
is
That's
a
no.
voltage source like
I
a
don't like
battery
that.
and a series
Howdy,
resistor.
CJ. You
I've
missed Stank
seen
Pods.
several circuits for doing this.
You
Some
missed
of them
the
use a 9
Aussie,
volt
oi, oi, oi.
battery and series resistor in line with either of the phone wires, and sometimes I do and sometimes I don't see an extra capacitor bypassing this DC current source, presumably to allow audio signals, which are AC, to still pass through. I haven't really played around with this solution. The other circuit I've seen, which
something I
did
think was
try,
interesting,
it's
like
the
when
same
video games worked
voltage
off of
source
tape
and
players.
series current limit resistor, but they are connected
Then again,
in
it was
parallel
Catholic dorms
across the
that
phone line,
might have
and
something to do with
otherwise
it.
the two
Still,
phones or
I don't
modems
like
that are
that.
being
I don't
connected
like
together
that.
are just wired straight
They should only
through,
take your
and
stuff
then
if you're
when either of
actively
them
like
want
breaking
to
the
pick
rule
up
of
the phone
smoking it
line,
indoors.
They have an automatic current source. For now, I'm really just lightly experimenting, so I'm using a resistor breakout box so I can just choose different resistors.
It's really funny, actually.
Until it works. I'm also not using the freshest
going
battery,
into like
and also
every once in a while, I'll have to go into like a drugstore
each connecting up to the
to
phone
like
line, whether they're
grab
using resistors
like
or
painkillers
some other
or
sort of
like
circuit to complete this path,
or like
all of this is
disinfectant
going
wipes
to
or something like
interact,
that,
and with this resistor,
or like some Vicks,
we may need to
and
tweak it
like
until we have
they
enough
have the
current.
cigarette
So if
things
we
like
roughly
behind the
say we're
counter,
using a 9
and like the
volt
people
battery
there
and we're trying
hardly
to make
ever
sure we can
actually
get
know the
20
different cigarettes
milliamps
because
of
barely anyone
current,
buys them.
we could start with a 450 ohm
But that also
resistor,
means the stuff that's
but
been
realistically,
discontinued
it's
might
going
actually
to need
still
to
be there.
less than this because of the other impedances
Get a
or
functioning
resistances on the
data set
phone
for
circuit.
C64, just no
So
cassette
in
tape
my
to do
case,
things with.
starting
Oh
from
yeah,
here
what I
and
was saying
then
there is
gradually lowering this,
back in the day
I
when
actually
games
had to
ran
lower it down to
on
about 150 ohms
tapes.
to get about
The way
18
piracy
milliamps,
worked is that people
resulting on
over the
my
radio
modem connection.
would
So I'll
play
need
the
to study this whole thing a
audio
little
signal
more,
of
but
the
for now, I
tape
just wanted to do
with
a
the
feasibility
game's
study and
data
see
on
that I can
it,
even get this
and
going.
you would just
I'll
record
be
the
working
radio,
on this more in the future, but for now, it's
and it just
a
worked.
quick bench test. Here's my makeshift telephone central office. I have a 9-volt battery taped to the end of the desk, as you do.
It
a couple of alligator
just
clips,
worked.
and I'm using the ever handy resistor breakout board to get a couple of hundred ohms in series with the 9-volt, and then I have the current meter in series.
I'm having to
with
stretch a
this.
lot.
So that
Just need to
gives
buy a
me
batch of
little
floppies to run
current
demos
source,
on. You should.
and when I
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
this
How
on
much
the
is like a
phone
case
line,
of floppies nowadays?
hoping to get around 20 milliamps or so available. Now when these modems are trying to dial out or answer a call, they can sense a loop current from the central office and continue on with their behavior.
That's fucking sick.
I'm going to try dialing from Linux, so A,
Honestly, the cassette error was amazing.
but I'm
Almost
not
sad you
pressing
missed
enter
it.
yet.
I'm not
And
sad I
then
missed it,
on
but like
pellet,
I like learning about it.
A to answer. So I'll press enter around the same time and see if they can connect.
Yeah. Oh, this is as good as therapy. This is as good as fucking therapy. This sound alone is like a mental reset.
Success. Okay, I've connected at 33.6, which is our maximum speed based
Hell
on these
yeah.
two modems. Both sides confirm the connection, and we're using 19 milliamps between the two modems on our phone line. So I will type some stuff into the Linux side, and it should obviously come out over on
Is this guy
the
making
DOS
modems
side.
fraught?
Dial
Yeah.
up modems in 2019.
You're right.
So it looks like we have a working connection.
Oh,
switch keyboards.
Yeah. Oh, fuck
Now I'm on the DOS side, so I'll type something.
The DOS side.
I made a typo and I backspaced.
Don't break
it
our
over
sub
here,
counters.
but
Yeah,
it didn't
don't.
clear it on this side. But otherwise, we have a working connection. Okay,
It was super
so
weird having
let
like
me
100
transfer a
subscribers on
file
YouTube
from
and like
this
looking
DOS
for the
computer.
number.
If I remember
But like
correctly,
because a
page
bunch
up
of
brings up
people
a menu. I'll
started
have
to like
readjust. So let's use
like a
Z
bunch of
modem, Z
people were
modem,
like,
whatever.
"Oh, let's get
I
her to
forget what I used to
100."
call it.
Was
Now,
like
there's no file browsing on this. You got to
it took 2 days for YouTube to not freak out.
In the current telex
Dial-up
directory,
is
so
chipping
let's
in, but
send
somehow better.
telex.exe over to the Linux computer. Press enter, and our file transfer is underway. It
Oh, fuck
says on
yeah.
both sides it's about 252K of a file size, and so far we've got about 70-something K, 80-something K.
I used to have a
Oh, that
modem
was
like
annoying.
this. Loading
File
YouTube
transfer
video would
completed.
take forever.
This is going to
Yup.
be part of a bigger ongoing
No, I know
project.
people
I'm
that are like
just
out in
doing
the
this
country
for
that still have to use a
nostalgic sake.
56K
There's
modem.
obviously not much practical use in getting modems up and running like this. So I'll continue
Not when you live in a
figuring
city,
out all
no.
of the things I need to do to get these working and use them in different ways. But for now, as a quick test, all you need is a 9-volt battery, couple hundred ohms. to
Yeah, the
get
fact that
you
this works on a
around
9-volt
20
is
to
like
30 milliamps
fascinating.
capable. Apply that across the phone line between two modems, and we can use them. It goes without saying, we don't want to be plugging anything like this into a real active phone line.
No,
This is
yeah,
all
no.
offline on the workbench. So I'll be doing more
Well-fed
retro computer stuff as
modems.
well
Exactly.
as
Well, you
modem
can't
stuff as
starve
time
them.
goes on.
That's wrong.
Maybe someday I'll even
That's
figure out
evil.
what's wrong with
Yeah,
this
you watch
one.
most of
Maybe I just
Transformers
don't know how
animated
to
over it.
configure
Damn
because
right!
My experience working with
That's
these
how I
two,
watched the
at
real
least today, they're
Ghostbusters when
acting
YouTube was
very
somewhat new.
particular. I can
Is
only dial
it was a
and answer in
shitty
one
ass modem
direction
because we
right
lived
now.
in
I'm not
poverty,
sure
and even
why.
though modems
I'll
were
have
like
to research
fine
more
back
about the
then.
initialization strings. There could be internal configurations stored in non-volatile
How do I
memory
put
that are
it?
impacting what I'm trying to do.
Like
the dip switches on the
this
back
is when
have
you
been a
watched
nightmare.
fucking
Now I'm starting to
like
document, and I'll see what I can figure
Naruto
out.
in like
Keep an eye out for more
3
content
video
like this
chunks
if you're
per
interested in all
episode,
this retro
or
computing
like
stuff.
2-episode things
Hey guys,
of yeah.
today I'll show you how you can get the ray gun every single time that you open up the mystery box.
Oh, World at War, fuck yeah.
I mean, you only need one ray gun, but any game that you play, you can do this trick to get a ray gun instantly.
This is true. This is real.
With solo games, and it works.
I kind of want to watch
so you can do this in online games.
I kind of want to
So
do a
you're gonna
stream
wanna
of like
go
going
over to
back
the
to World at
mystery
War
box,
zombies.
But before you open it, you need to do a few things. First, you want to
Like, it was so different.
and spin 3 times. Then you're gonna want to crouch.
This is real.
3
This
times.
is true.
So,
So 5.25 discs for 64 can go to 7 to 50 euros and higher. Damn.
And you have to open the box while you're lying down.
Yeah, while you're
If you don't lie down,
prone.
this won't work. And if you do this correctly, you will get a ray gun every single time.
Every time.
You do this trick, as long as you don't already have
They need
one.
to patch this
So
into
guys,
real
please
life.
subscribe,
Yeah, they should add the
please
ray
like
gun to
this
real
video
life.
and share it with
I agree.
people that you know. Then you and your friends can all get one and survive up to
Oh,
round
sorry, my
100,
tracking's getting
200.
fucked. Hang on.
Getting a ray gun pretty much makes you unstoppable. It's very hard to die
It's
with
somewhat
a ray gun
true.
because it is
Although
a
back
one-shot,
in,
one-kill,
if I
so it is
recall
very
correctly,
powerful.
back in World at War, the ray gun actually had, yup, splash damage. Yeah! Yeah!
Hello, everyone.
Hey, I generated Vine Sauce Joel stream.
Today, I'm feeling a little bit nostalgic, and I want to play one of my favorite childhood games that I used to play in Sweden. It's called Crazy Butt.
It's called Crazy Butt. They should have money on Kill to Real Life. It would fix the world. I mean, that exists if you target billionaires.
And having a great time. So I thought it would be fun to
Twitch,
give it a try
Twitch
today
is
and
a
see if I
joke.
still got it.
Government, this
Let's
is in
get started.
Minecraft, in my
Wait,
fan
what's that
fiction in
noise?
Roblox.
Whoa, what was that? Did you hear that? It sounded like something just brushed past me. Oh my god, what was that? Oh shit, there's something in here with me. Help, help. Ah, vad är det här för någonting? It's a duende.
It's a
real-life
duende.
I've
It's
heard
a
stories about these
duende.
things, but I never thought I would see one. It's right in front of me. It's trying to attack me. I'm hitting it with this empty Pepsi can, but
His
it's
only
not
form
doing
of
anything.
hellish
Ah,
entertainment. It's
this is
true.
crazy.
It's true.
I'm sorry, everyone. I have to end this stream. I need to.
Why is this
get out.
animated like Pizza Tower?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. Stay safe, everyone. I'll see you in the next stream. Bye.
Joel is dead. Rest in rip.
Hi, I'm Jaffe Riddle.
VHS copy to VHS copy to VHS.
VHS degradation.
Oh fuck yeah, I
Right
love
now,
VHS
we're looking at
degradation.
Generation 1. The picture and the sound are still completely clean.
Yup.
But if we switch over to a second generation copy,
Yeah.
you see the apparent
Yeah,
loss
yeah,
in
yeah,
picture
yeah,
quality,
yeah, 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 yeah,
and the
yeah.
sound is now also lost in clarity. If we continue
Not
this
fond
trend,
of
more and
COD, but
more
you see it's
generational loss will
357
take
and
its
brain
toll
goes
on the
brr.
recording.
You should
Shall we
try
begin?
World at War, genuine. It's one of the best shooters of its time. And it still has one of the best COD campaigns. Get the VHS pregnant, we can do this. Do it, do it! Why'd you wink at me? I don't like that. You did play World at War on a 360, yeah, but do it like now. Yeah, Nerd Shed, the 8-hour Warframe lore videos to the queue for a bit. Okay, this is actually a good opportunity to let people know. Videos, try to keep them under 25 minutes. 25 is like the hard limit. If there is a longer video, it's because I put it there because I wanted to watch it. But like, I don't want to spend like an hour on a video. I did that once and was like, oh, this is like not fun. Either way. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, this is so well put together.
Hey everybody, this is Kodak here, and recently I was shopping at my
Can
local
you play
dollar store
D&D from
when
things
I
only the
came
dollar
across
store?
These. It's a complete
Oh.
set of multi-sided dice used for games
Okay.
like Dungeons and Dragons. And I know it looks like there's a lot of dice in here, seeing as they have like a red picture on the image card here, but it's a set of one of each of the dice you need for these games, all 7 of them.
I mean, that's
and
not enough,
it's
but
not
like,
too shabby
well,
a
I mean,
set
it
either.
is,
I mean,
but
it's
like,
got these
for
nice, bright
efficiency's
colors
sake, you
and
should have at
very
least 2 of
crisp
each.
and clear numbers. I mean, I've spent more money
But
on sets
sometimes
where the
need like
numbers are actually
3d6.
pretty hard to read, but It goes
These
to
are pretty
show
good.
just how
These are pretty
popular
good quality.
Dungeons & Dragons has become in the
It
age
reminds
of
me you
things
still
like
have to
Critical
help
Role
Rudy
and
rip
5th
his old
edition, that
VHS
even
projects to
dollar
PC.
stores are
Oh,
carrying these
fuck
kinds
yeah.
of dice sets now.
Well, you
Normally,
got
this
time.
Is a pretty expensive hobby.
You binged the whole thing in one go when you had COVID. I feel. I get you.
$30 a pop, and things like miniatures and playmats, like this vinyl playmat I have here, tend to run you a pretty penny. But,
Yeah. Worth it though. Worth it though if you're actually in the hobby.
Is it possible to create an entire Dungeons and Dragons experience using only what they sell at the dollar store? This was the challenge I wanted to impose on myself to see how well I could do it.
I'm like weirdly tired today.
Ground rules for myself. Number 1, the setup must accommodate 1 dungeon master and 4 players, and include at least 1 map-based combat sequence. I can't cheapen out and make it entirely roleplay and things like that.
I like that. I like
The
that.
miniatures. I have to go that extra.
Because you could go Theater of the
Number
Mind,
2,
not even do
I
rolls,
must provide
but like.
everything for the event except for tables and chairs. I cannot
Alright.
expect any of the players to have brought any of their own books, dice, miniatures, snacks, or stationery. Number 3, I cannot use digital facsimiles. They don't sell iPads at the dollar store after all.
Not yet.
The exception is that
Actually, no. No. They do now. Not iPads, but you can buy shitty track phones for like $50 a pop at Family Dollar. Like, they're not good, but if you actually need a phone, they work. There's nothing better than a British man explaining the lore of your hyperfixation when you're sick. Yeah.
To use the free basic rules put out on the Wizards of the Coast website that you can get for free and anybody can use to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I didn't know this was a
thing. It only
thing.
has 4 classes and a small assortment of monsters. Now, I could, if I wanted to, invoke a concept called SRD, which stands for System Rules Documents, which is a common practice where you are allowed to use the contents of the 3 basic rule books even if you do not own them. It's commonly used in the Adventurers Guild, and it's a pretty common and frequently used practice. However, I kind of want to go all the way with this without having to, like, spend the extra
As
money.
all the
or,
way
like,
as you
pretend
can. Yeah.
Spend the extra money on the books, so I'm going to be sticking to these basic rules despite their limitations to give myself a bit of an extra challenge.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Technically, if I really wanted to go like super hardcore on this idea, I could like buy a ring binder and a big ream of paper and jot down the entire rule book like I'm writing the Book of Kells and buy like clay.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be awesome, though.
Accessibility is certainly something that I also want to keep in mind.
I kind of want someone to do that.
Stuff, even though I technically could, would kind of be missing the point. Otherwise,
yeah, missing the forest through the trees.
Except for the venue, the mats, the props, materials, and of course snacks will have to come from the dollar store. And
down to snacks. You actually have a really good snack selection.
See what we can do.
Okay,
At the dollar
so
store.
Here's my shopping list. I need dice, which I already have checked off because I already have a set. Although finding more would be nice.
Yeah,
For the
you'll have to get more.
combat encounter. I have the playmat.
You'll have to at least get 3 more sets to get the 4 more sets actually, because the GM should have a set of dice on them.
And with.
That's necessary for the roleplay. My monk needs to write the Book of Kells. You should roleplay that.
We need terrain in order to really spice up that playmat, and of course, snacks. All right, let's see what we can find.
So hang on, I'm gonna adjust my seating position. I mean,
these are even better.
Those'll work.
These. Problem is that big stand is a bit too large for what I need it for.
Yeah.
Down or something.
Yeah.
Although dinosaurs do have rules.
Dinosaurs? Yeah, they do. I fought a T-Rex the once.
Ooh, I like these.
Sorry, I'm gonna like lean back in my chair and actually like put my feet up. This looks comfy as fuck. Yeah, that'll work for a DM screen.
How are you going to do the game mat? Are you going to take one of these big old poster boards and a ruler and draw a bunch of lines on it?
No. No. You see, a T-Rex needs to write the Book of Kells. You could do that by playing a druid.
Because rather than
polymorph? Okay.
Stationary section, we need only look
Hang on.
at the
So, polymorph in the original D&D rules let you go up to being a fucking dragon. Isn't a Tarrasque just mispronounced T-Rex? This is the Revelation. It's true. But, in old-ass D&D, polymorph outright clarifies dragon as an example of what you can turn into, meaning that polymorph doesn't really have limits. So, in theory, you could play a character that has polymorph that needs to write the Book of Kells, but like they turn into a T-Rex. That's possible.
Because here's an interesting thing about a lot of the gift wrap. A standard Dungeons and Dragons map has
Oh my god, he's right.
I'm not sure how it is in other
You should
parts
do
of the
that,
world, but
actually
around
do it.
here,
You'd
we
have to use an older system,
wrapping
but
paper
like, do it.
with grid lines on the back. And
So
these
added
grid
the
lines
spell
are
True
a 1 by
Polymorph
1.
at ninth
yes,
level,
that
which
is
does
That
yeah.
is a pretty substantial amount
Revelaton.
of instant Dungeons and Dragons game
Try to
map
write the
right
Book
there
of
in
Kells
one
with
little
those
roll.
tiny arms. Yeah.
Oh.
I have a couple of those. They're cute. They're in the
These are
bathroom.
nice. These are handy for like spell beads, emergency miniatures, all sorts of good stuff. Now
You
here's
could also
something
use that as a
special.
gelatinous cube.
Snacks means I need something to serve them in.
Yeah,
Ah,
fair
here
enough,
we
fair
go.
enough. My table actually just had the
the snacks on game night. You want
pretzels.
To stick to things like pretzels, cookies,
Pretzels. You need
individually
dip.
wrapped hard candies. Because here's the thing: if you don't want to do like potato chips or Cheetos or pizza, because those give like a residue, and since everybody's sharing the same space, that residue gets
Nah,
everywhere.
pizza's fine. You just have to know where you're getting it from.
Okay. Whew. I admit
I wonder if the
might have
cashier was
overdone this
like,
a bit.
what
I
the
did
fuck?
Buy a bunch of the things that that most households or places would typically
Pretzels
have. I bought,
are
like,
the
I
D&D
bought, like,
snack.
bowls and pencils
I
and
think
stuff
trail
like that,
mix
but
is better
like I said, the
for
point of this was to
D&D,
see
but that's
how
just
far I
me.
could go without getting utterly ridiculous. So we're gonna tuck into a bit of what I have here in a bit, but first I do want to demonstrate the thing with the wrapping paper. Like what I said, this wrapping paper has special grid lines on it. At least they
As
do
a
in
cashier,
America.
I can
where we
tell
still
you
use
that we do
imperial
not care.
measurements. I don't know
No,
if it's the
sometimes.
same
Okay,
in,
so like I've been
places
in a
like
similar
Britain with
position
the
to that.
wrapping paper, you get it pound land,
Where
it's the same,
like,
but if my guess is correct, then
what's Morales
this
doing in the
wrapping
bag? Don't worry about
will
it.
give us exactly what we need in order to play.
It's gonna be a
without
mini.
having to do anything to
Miles
complicate.
Morales
All
is
right, moment of
is
truth.
terrain.
Ah, yes, that's what I'm talking about. You see,
Yeah,
how this is, like,
baby!
nearly indistinguishable from the grid paper. It might be a bit difficult to see because the lines are pretty faint because they're not designed to be seen through the wrapping paper when you
Yeah,
fully wrap it together. But
This is
yeah,
for
this
like
is
these
a
are cut
perfectly
guidelines.
workable grid. It's a bit tricky to see from here, but yeah, it lines up perfectly with
I didn't even think of
the
this.
grid that I have down here on my normal mat. But yeah, this is pretty good replacement for a Dungeons and Dragons map. And
Yeah.
as an added bonus,
Yeah,
if you know of like
yeah.
any teaching supply stores or like a Christian bookstore like Mardell, they tend to have like
But like as someone
large,
who's
like,
also been in
really
that
thin
position, sometimes you
laminators
see a
that they tend
bunch
to let you
of
run
like
anything
things
through for
bought
pretty
in
cheap. So if you
sequence
take
that's like,
this stretch of wrapping paper, if you go
and I'm not
get it
gonna report
laminated,
that,
that's
but like, you know,
$5, and you've gotten yourself
you
a
don't think
pretty
you could ever get into
decently
D&D?
huge
How
rewritable
so?
game mat that you can do with dry erase markers. That's one of the lovely things about lamination is it allows the dry erase markers to go on. But yeah, this is probably my personal favorite Dungeons and Dragons life hack is to use the wrapping paper as
No,
a
this
game
works.
mat. And,
This works.
I know I said I wasn't going to go too crazy on things before, but now it's
That just
time for a
don't
little bit of
really
art.
seem like doesn't really seem like your thing. Oh, that's fair. I'm not big into D&D like specifically, but like tabletop is fun. Oh, this is neat. Oh, this is neat. Oh, I love this. The sickest shit in the world. This is not penis music, how dare. When hyperpop exists, how dare. Holy shit, this is good. This is great. Guess for you it's interesting in terms of the world building people do and what goes into it. Yeah, we want to play Lancer one day, but you don't have a group. Lancer's really good. I would love this. I would love this as an actual DM screen. Oh! Because the Miles Morales thing, that was an advent calendar, so it's full of figurines. Wait, is that a fucking... Yeah! Yeah, that's... oh, fuck, I forgot his name, but from Masters of the Universe. Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. These are good stats. This is a good spread. Holy shit. Hard candies are so good for D&D. God, you ever play a tabletop game and just have a fucking pile of Werther's Originals? It's beautiful is what I'm saying. Ooh, I like that initiative tracker. Butterscotch is good enough to make a girl nut. It's right. You're right. You're true.
Good evening, players, and welcome to the world of adventure. You admit you were a bit surprised when a well-to-do servant type barged into the tavern you were staying at, asking for help. He said it was an urgent matter for which you would be greatly compensated. It turns out
Sorry, I'm extremely cozy right now.
Dog had been stolen, and she is offering a considerable reward for its recovery. Rogue, through your criminal contacts, you're aware that this breed of dog is actually really hard to get in this neck of the woods, and would get you considerably more on the black market than what you're being offered for its rescue.
Huh.
And you are being offered quite a bit. There's no sugarcoating this, though. As far as adventures go, this is a milk run. A well-paid milk run, but a milk run nonetheless. Other people from the tavern who had joined you walked away when they learned the story, but the four of you decided that the pay was worth it.
God, I love this trifold.
As low as that survival
so
roll was,
good.
These kidnappers were pretty sloppy. You easily find the set of fresh wagon tracks to their getaway cart left behind and are soon following them into the woods.
So into this. Give me 2 seconds.
With
I'm
that survival check, you
readjusting.
do see the sort of common animal tracks you would expect to find in the woods, but even the kidnappers' efforts to disguise their tracks through water are a waste, as they can be easily seen on the opposite shore. After a few hours of travel, you finally come across this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Clearing, you can see the smoldering remains of an ill-attended campfire, the food within having long since boiled over and
Careful,
caked to the side
that
of the
might be a
pot.
mimic.
Nearby, a simple wooden cart lies smashed to pieces, both of its axles broken, and only torn restraints where any beasts of burden might have been. There are no signs of human life, but amidst the wreckage of the wagon,
I mean,
you
aside from
see a
the
metal cage, and within that cage
discarded
is a
campfire.
dog. When the dog finally sees you, it stands up and begins to bark in panic. Too late to calm it, and the barking has brought the attention of what likely caused this destruction. From the other end of the clearing, several snarling creatures emerge, flicking their
why do you want
claws
to
and gnashing their
smash the
teeth.
bonfire
However,
mimic?
The one leading them is a sight to behold. A horrible, corpulent mass with pus dripping from its jaws, its intestines filled to bursting to the point that the skin has torn open to reveal its guts.
Really getting into making your model already? You've just been procrastinating on making it for months. Do it. Do it.
Cleric, that religion roll doesn't get you much. While it is clear that the large
It's the
one
cleric
is an
Bo
undead
Peep.
creature, it is unlike anything you have ever encountered or researched. Initiative! Wizard, you have the first
Looks like
move.
fire equals looks hot. I'm
Casting
fighting
silent
you.
image to make a herd of rabbits to distract
I
these
know for a
beasts.
fact that none
Roll
of
a
you
handle
survived 2
animal
hours
check
in the
to make them
complex.
move like enticing
Counterpoint
prey.
Blender is
Did it
scary.
work? You'll find out on their
Wait,
turn.
why are you
Fighter,
making
run
a
up to
model
the cage
and
to try to grab it and make a run for it? But
like what are
upon
you using
closer
the model
inspection,
for?
You find it to be a very heavy and strong cage, intended more for dangerous beasts than regular dogs. Indeed, it's that very sturdiness that likely spared it from the fate of its kidnappers. Rogue, you run up to try to unlock the cage, but the cleric's words that the dog is currently safer inside of the cage for now ring true to you. So you instead draw your weapon and brace yourself next
God,
to the
I
fire.
love the rogue being
And
a
I
tiny
sure
version of
hope
the
that was
Prowler.
right call, because now it's my turn.
Counterpoint, you can ray trace the shit out of your model in
yeah,
Blender.
this was
It's
fun.
true.
I admit I probably went overboard with a lot of the things that I could have done. You know, the drawing, the arts and crafts and all of that, but we still live in a
still
age
good
where
enough.
Dungeons and Dragons is more
Still
accessible
perfectly
now than
fine.
ever with the free rules, a lot of free modules online, and even barring things like Roll20, the fact that I was able to pretty efficiently build a
Like, this is under
setup
$50
that
bucks.
could, you know, get some people
The
around
complex.
and together
I
at the
find it
table.
quite
like,
simple.
Like
Shut
I said,
up.
if I dialed back
Shut
on a lot
up.
of the
No.
theatrics, the arts and crafts, if I got like just
You
the
deserve to
screen
be in
and
ad
the
hell
map
for that.
and you know the dice, you know, maybe not even the minis. Maybe I could just use the spell drops or whatever other minis I have. You know, I could probably do this for way less than I actually wound up spending. But like I said, this was more an experiment to see just how far I could take this concept without getting absolutely absurd. But yeah, it is indeed possible to set up quite the Dungeons and Dragons experience using only things you can find at the
VTubing
dollar
slash
store.
animation, ionometric
So yeah,
shit ton
I
of
do
detail in the
other
clothes.
YouTube stuff, so feel
VRID
free
actually
to
allows
like,
for a lot of
subscribe, and share
detail.
the
You
video
just
if you
need to
want
know how to work
I have
it.
a modest selection of merch, which
Using
includes
VRID
the
XY
Kodak
tool
Box
lets
of
you use
Junk,
an
which is
actual
a
art
sampler
program
of
for the
different card
textures.
games. And if you like,
And you can
check
basically
out
make
my
some good
more
shit
famous videos
with,
the 7 Daily Trading Card Game Sins. Thanks for watching.
With no money. Yeah! Holy shit! It's the Slender Man! He's cooking hot dogs on the stove! Separating our refrigerator! Yikes! He just whacked me with a warm wiener! Twice! Wait, you ain't got no lips! How would you eat potato chips? God, get off you skinny son of a bitch! You see a food and go buy a frickin' sandwich! Phony bastard! Look at this place! It's a disaster! I love this video. Rest in peace to a real one.
This
Love
is
MF
Benson.
Doom. I thought that
Benson
was
loves
I
Xbox.
thought that was Uni for
Don't
a
you,
second.
Benson? Benson is a happy cat. And he loves when the Xbox
Remind me in a
turns
year
on.
to ask you to voice for
The funny
absolutely
part about
zero
Benson is he'll
reason.
stop anything that he's doing in the house
Noted.
and run to see the Xbox.
I genuinely
logo come
believe
up to
that
the
happened to MF Doom.
Benson,
I believe it.
Xbox.
That cat loves the Xbox. Get it, Benson. You've used to do that. Not like attack the Xbox, but she would like stare intently at the TV. Specifically like while I was playing Binding of Isaac on my Xbox.
Get it, Benson.
Afraid as that was Cyberpunk specifically. Damn. Good taste. Your cat has good taste. Unlike my cat who likes the Binding of Isaac.
Oh. You just jetted out.
Reminder that, like, you can train your cat to learn things like this. I made the current model in VRoid, but doesn't let you make the amount of detail you want. VRoid XY tool is the plugin you're looking for. You might have to take a earlier version of VRoid though, like
This
2
is a
versions
copy of Mario
behind
Kart
current.
DS. And this is a prototype of Mario Kart DS.
Wait, what?
I spent a lot on this.
Like, she hates cars IRL, but loves driving around Night City.
So I've always
Night
been
City's
fascinated
different.
by early versions of games.
She
and
might
seeing any
just hate
content that got
Australia.
changed or cut before release. Like, look how different Mario Maker was a year before it came out. Everything has this cool shaded look to it. And check out this planet from an early build of Mario Galaxy that we never got. I absolutely love stuff like this. So when I spotted an early
Dog
copy of
people and
Mario
their
Kart
animals
DS on
don't act
eBay,
exactly like
just
dogs, so
know I had
therefore
to go for
they don't
it.
have
Sure, I
emotions.
could just play it on an emulator or something.
People like
but wouldn't it
those
be cool
deserve to
own the
be
real deal?
tactical
And,
finisher,
would make
like an
some good content
MGS5.
too. So boom, here it is, an early version of Mario Kart DS. It looks way different to the Final Games cartridge, doesn't it? It's using an older logo design which looks just like the one from Mario Kart Double Dash. It doesn't even have an actual age rating yet, only the temporary rating pending badge. Now with this cartridge having a quote-unquote age rating,
You just want to learn
along with all
Blender
the
for
other
ages
glowing
anyway, that's
details on
fair.
the label,
I would
it's
actually
clear this isn't
start
some internal
using
development
VRoid
cartridge.
and
It's
then
obviously
do
not meant to get
the
into the hands of
clothing
the public
in
either, due to
Blender.
the blatant not for resale badge, and of course it being an early copy of an upcoming game. So what exactly was the purpose of this cartridge?
Wish
Well,
MGS,
this cartridge is known as the
MGO3
Mario
actually had
Kart
the
DS
gun steal
USA
CQC,
kiosk
that would have
demo.
been
And as the name
awesome.
implies, these were sent out to various stores across the US ahead of the game's launch. Obviously
Looks
not to be
outside,
sold,
sees
but rather to
Taco
get people
Massacre,
hyped
yup,
up
another
with the
beautiful
demo for
day
the
in
next Mario
Straya.
Kart game available to play. There are actually plenty not for resale demo versions of DS and 3DS games. And if
Actually
you've
knew
ever seen
someone
a
that had
DS or
one.
3DS
I think it was
demo unit
for,
in a shop before, it would have been these inside them. The majority of these demos seem
think
to
it
be
was
based on
Metroid-
final or
one of the
very near
Metroid
final builds
games?
of their games. But that's what makes the Mario Kart DS kiosk demo special.
Game
It's
materials.
based on a much
So
earlier
fruit-
version
yup.
of the game.
Yeah, Ares
dating
has
nearly
that shit.
half a year before the game's launch, according to a build date in the ROM. So there's
Also,
many
if you save your
differences
files to
between it and the
VRM,
release version to
you can
discover.
use
Now, I won't go
Dan
over
Sing
every
Sing,
single little change out there, but
which
I will be
is
covering a lot,
it lets you use
focusing on the
MMD
more
motion
noteworthy,
data
interesting,
and
weird
assets
differences. And
with
yes,
no
I will
issue.
be covering some of the unused content in the cartridge too, because there's some really fascinating stuff in there. So without further ado, let's plug in the cartridge and see what awaits.
Am I allowed to say
Before we
that
even
like
load up
Mario
the game,
Kart
I
is
already
probably
spot
one
a
of the
difference
weaker
right
kart
away in the home
racers?
menu being the game's icon, and it's a bit odd. The icon here features Mario in the good old standard cart, just like
Okay.
what we eventually got. But
Okay.
instead of being crisp, clean pixel
Issues
art,
that the
it's a
Vroid
crusty,
doesn't let you make your
pre-rendered
model
model.
jacked.
And
That's
is it
true.
just me, or is there
However, you
something
can
slightly
use
eerie
the
about it? It's
bodysuit
kinda
tool
difficult
to
make
actually
out
let you
certain
do that.
details like the M on Mario's cart or his eyes. And why
Long
does
live
overalls
SBR
look in
2K
color? What's
slash
Mario
Ring
doing in Pitch
Racers.
Black Void?
But
Where is
also,
he? Is this
like,
copy of Mario Kart
again,
DS
Crash Team
cursed,
Racing is
or dare I
fantastic.
say, personalized? Okay, I'm definitely over-analyzing this. It's just a rough placeholder icon. But there is something a bit uncanny about it. But let's just move on and load up the game already.
It's sacrilege to say it, but you're right. Mario
And
Kart
here
was
we are, the
innovative,
early title
but
screen. That intro sequence was a bit off though, wasn't it? In the final game, before the title screen
I think
loads
Mario
in,
Kart
you
Wii
can
is
hear
peak Mario Kart.
hyping up the game
I
by
agree.
saying,
Here we go!
but in this
It
early
was
version of the game,
Mario
he
Kart
says,
DS,
well,
Wii,
he
and
doesn't
Double
say
Dash are
anything.
the three
And
that
by
I
the way,
actually
you know
enjoy.
when the title screen
Anything
music
else
kicks
is
in
like
and it
either
goes,
doing too much or too little.
well, in the demo version, it just doesn't exist. There's plenty of visual differences too, like the older logo, placement of copyright text, and
I
slightly
kind of
different
prefer
background.
the older
But the lack
logo.
of any buttons on the bottom screen is
It
probably just
feels
because it's a
more
demo,
Mario.
wanting you to get into the game right away and not mess around with the audio options, draw a silly emblem, but despite that, you have to wait 4.5 seconds to get past the age rating screen, even though this game doesn't have an age
And
rating.
Sega All-Stars Racing
And after
Transformed.
that,
I haven't
straight
actually
into the
played it.
text,
I don't think I own
let's
it.
go. Completely bypassing the mode selection screen. There are some slight differences here, like the font and there originally being a logo in the bottom right corner. And of course, the really nice pastel green background, which honestly looks a lot nicer
Yeah, I
than the
prefer
final one,
it.
in my opinion.
It looks more
I also
lively.
noticed that after you select a character, a randomly chosen
Feels
voice
more
clip is
kart?
played.
How do you mean?
Unlike the final game, which just chooses the same voice clip every single time. It's weird we got rid of this, but I suppose some of the voice clips sound a bit
Thank you,
awkward.
Pepino.
Oh yeah, and Donkey Kong, or simply DK in the demo, uses his Mario Kart Double Dash voice here where he just grunts. Sure, it's more realistic for an ape,
Take
but I'm
these
glad we got the
nuts!
goofier sounding
Transformed
Donkey
has
Kong we
banger
all know and
stages
love
in Skies of
instead.
Arcadia and Panzer Dragoon. Ooh. What do I use
After
for
choosing a
tracking?
character, we skip straight ahead to
So
the clip
I use
selection.
VC
Being
Face.
a demo, we don't get us access
And
to
route
all 8
VC
cups.
Face's
Instead, we
tracking
only
through
get 2,
VTuber
being
Plus for all the
Nitro and Retro
interactions.
cups, which are just the mushroom and shell cups in disguise. Yeah, I told you ain't fooling me. And tell me why you're not representing the mushroom cup, you're literally a fungus? Anyway, let's just hop right into the Nitro Cup.
Like little
Before we
DS
start
being a
the race,
racing
there are
flag is a
some
good
HUD
sign.
differences to
Yeah!
point out, with like the countdown numbers having a much duller color scheme. And once the countdown finishes, it
I also
says
just
go
use
instead
a
of the final
1080p
start.
60
I have
FPS
no
webcam
idea
for
why
tracking
they
at the
changed
moment
this.
until
Like,
I
who
get
says
off my
3, 2, 1
ass and
start instead of 3, 2, 1 go. And speaking of questionable decisions, behold the early lap count. This is what
Oh,
it
what
used
am I
to look
thinking?
like, and this is what we ended up getting. The heck happened to the number 3? Why is it more yellow than the rest of the text?
Huh.
Oh, it doesn't end there. Check at the bottom screen.
I need
The
to figure
minimap
out a
and
setup
character
for my
icons look a
actual
little
phone.
different, which is fine. I mean, darker outlines around the icons, that makes sense. But tell me why in the demo you can zoom in and out of the minimap, but you just can't. in the
Why
final game?
not?
This is a good quality of life feature.
Might get a
Was there
camera
really
with
any
infrared
reason
for
to remove
tracking.
this?
I actually don't think the
Whatever, let's
majority
just
of
go on the race.
VTuber tracking
Now,
software
how does
really
the game
makes
actually feel
utility
to
of
play?
that.
Very close to regular Mario Kart DS, but I did notice a few things. The physics feel very close to the final game, and so does drifting. drifting. However, the blue sparks that usually appear while drifting aren't present in the demo. It's only a visual thing, but it does make building up mini turbos slightly less satisfying here. There's a couple more things too, like you can actually hold blue shells behind your cart, which isn't possible in the final game.
I wonder if you could throw it backwards.
Why did they get rid of this? Oh, and slipstreams I don't think exist. Staying behind another racer does trigger a subtle animation, but it doesn't seem to give a speed boost from what I can tell. Now how about the track itself? Good old figure 8
You're
circle.
gonna have to make
Well,
a
the
program
model
for
isn't
that
really any
yourself
different
if you
from the
do
final
publish
from what I
it.
can see. But you
Because
know
like
what is
we
clearly
need more
different?
innovations
The
in
music.
VTuber
It's
tracking.
noticeably lower pitched than the final song, and uses a unique set of instruments.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. You will? Good, good.
Nearly every song in the demo uses different instruments, with some a lot more obvious.
Yeah, I don't know,
than
there's
others.
something about
But overall, the
the...
game's soundtrack sounds a
There's
lot
something about
closer
the
to
old
Mario Kart
logo
Double
that
Dash,
like...
with a more, I
It
guess,
has more
cartoony
soul
feel
to it.
and
It
many
feels way more
trumpets in certain
Mario.
songs.
Like that just looks like... That just looks
Sounds
like an
it came
F1 race.
straight out
Fuck
of
that.
Double Dash, didn't it?
Nah, nah.
Speaking of Double Dash, check out the item roulette icons. They're all completely unique to what we eventually got, and use their old Double Dash designs, like the star with the mouth, mushrooms with 2 spots on the top. And hold on a second, is that the chain jump I see?
Yes!
Yep. Initially the chain jump was going to be an item in Mario Kart DS, before Nintendo ultimately scrapped it in favour for Bill the Bullet. Unfortunately, it isn't accessible in the demo. Even if we obtain it with cheats, it just Crash Bandicoots the game upon use. So clearly they haven't implemented it yet. I guess
You're
when
out
we
to
got round
see
it,
to
I
have
thought the
cracked
chain
open an
jump
old
dragging
version
the
of
car all
Winamp
over
and
the place
Geetra
was
just to
too
find
much
out
for
they
the
made
DS.
Spectrum
Or maybe there just
Analyzer
wasn't enough
Peaks
time, so they
fail.
wanted something simpler.
Damn.
Whatever the reason, it is a
I
little
actually
sad
really
the
like
metal
Bullet
chunky
Bill.
boy never saw the light of day. But
I
hey,
actually
that's
really
just
like
game
Bullet Bill
development
as
for you.
a
On the topic of inaccessible items,
as a Mario
the blue
Kart
item
item.
from the final game exists in the roulette, but just
Not
like
fail,
the metal map,
fall.
it too never
Oh,
lands and
thank you,
crashes where it
dyslexia.
shoots. The fake item box and blooper are
Love knowing
also
just enough about
inaccessible.
programming
Well,
to be a
that's
problem.
simply don't exist as items
That's me with
whatsoever, even
like
in the roulette. You can't
anything
even cheat
that
your
I
way
know.
into
It's
them.
like I know
However, there is
just
a
enough to
texture
be a
for the blueprint in the
problem.
game's files, using its Mario
I
Sunshine
just-
design, but more on the unused stuff later.
I just don't have the willpower to do
I wonder
it.
if there's anything different about him. I mean, of course there is. Why would I put this in the script otherwise? The text on this sign isn't in uppercase as it is in the final game. Final lap.
Huh.
And he also has a shadow below him, which doesn't exist in the final game. Why was an incredibly basic shadow texture removed? I mean, I guess it is a little bit
I don't
buggy,
know.
but like, could they not be bothered fixing it?
It could also have been a performance
Hooray, we won
thing.
the race, and wow, was that a different
Buildable as a
result.
chat. If he was the
Plenty
only
of changes
racer,
were
it'd be
made
the
here.
perfect game.
There's initially these cool
They
lightning
should
bolts
have
explained
a
for the
Bullet
top
Bill
three
racer.
positions,
That'd be so
every
fucking
position being listed
cool.
Twice, different fonts, and even different music. They really gave the screen quite the revamp at some point, though there are some
Yeah,
aspects
this
of the
demo
old
just
design
it had
which I think
so
I
much
prefer.
more soul
Now,
to
as
it.
for the other tracks available in the demo, there are some differences between them and their final counterparts, but they're mostly just small things like different textures or other adjustments, though a few things are worth pointing out. Check out the paintings in Luigi's mansion. They twist and stretch, which is real spooky. But this fun detail was removed by release
Oh,
for whatever
that
boring
sucks.
reason, but not all hope is lost.
And the
because
cart
they
track
actually
is
brought
just
back
Max
the
Payne
goofy
1.
moving
Yeah,
paintings that went
yeah,
in
yeah,
both
yeah,
Mario Kart 7
yeah.
and Tour. This isn't the only fun detail that was removed from a Luigi track. They also had the legendary Luigi blimp in GCN Luigi Circuit, which is completely missing from the final version. Why does Luigi always get it hard? What are they going to take away from him next?
Luigi
His
likes it
mustache?
hard.
And hey, remember Yoshi Falls? You know, that one track with the giant Yoshi egg in the middle? Well, that big old egg wasn't there originally. Kesley added it in to make the track seem more Yoshi-ish, I guess. And yes, I say Yoshi, not Yoshi.
I was
Saying that
having-
since I was like 3 and I'm not gonna stop.
I was sipping my
There's not
drink,
much
you
else of
fuck.
interest to point out about the 8 demo tracks. But by
Oh.
using cheat codes, we can access early versions of the rest of Mario Kart DS's tracks. Cheers, David. Now these unused tracks obviously have differences between them in the final versions, and the most drastically different is by far Waluigi Pinball, which has
Yeah,
additional
I was right about to
obstacles
ask what about
scattered across the
Waluigi
track that
Pinball,
eventually got
baby?
removed. No fun 8-bit sound effects. No giant
Luigi
Waluigi
likes
statue
it
around
hard.
pinballs, and quite a different layout to the final game. This is the definition of a beta track. There's so
I don't
many
have a
little
good
things that
Luigi
differ from the
voice.
final
I
track,
almost
and
said
it's
mine. I'm
awesome
like,
we can
nah,
access
nah.
this. There are some more smaller but still interesting
I'm a
changes in the
pain
other tracks
slut.
too, like the Pianta statue in Delfino Square originally being a Yoshi fountain, GBA Luigi Circuit missing its iconic rain effect, Bullet Bill's lacking any eyes in Airship Fortress, no
Huh.
Pockeys or Angry Sun in Desert Hills, And the
That's
greatest of them
Waluigi?
all, the
Yeah,
word
as I
fresh
said.
being misspelled as flesh in one of the vehicles in Shroom Ridge. Yep, that was a thing. This probably happened because L and R sounded very similar to each other in Japanese. So it's probably just a case of a mistranslation. But hey, it's still kind of
Findom Wario, shut up. If you ever end up in Brave VRM into Blender, make sure you install the extension for it. It'll let you, but it'll just break the model. Okay, problem. Current Blender actually has a, the extension's broken.
Oh, you'd be very wrong. Take a listen for yourself.
Currently, anyways. Trust me, I tried. Unless it's been fixed since the month ago that I tried that in. I was trying to do something for a
Why did
client.
this absolute bop of a song not make it to the final game? Was it supposed to be for a particular track, or was it always intended as just a placeholder? And if it was the latter, why put so much effort into it? Well, at least the song has been
Yeah, and you have
preserved
Blender
online for all
4.2
to
and the
enjoy.
extension,
It
you
does
just
make
find
wonder how
where
many
you
other
save the
bangers
VRM.
Nintendo have made over the years
Fair
just
enough,
for
fair
them not
enough.
to end up using, hidden away in the Nintendo Vault potentially forever. But on a lighter note, there are actually more unused courses we can access, like earlier versions of some battle maps that have interesting color schemes. But we can find even more obscure stuff like
God,
an
the
extremely
battle map
primitive
that's just the
version of
DS
Waluigi
is
Pinball.
awesome.
Yup, there's another one. With the textures looking
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
nothing like the
yeah.
version we got. And a weird
Cheese
alternative
pinball.
path that goes below the end of the track. It takes way longer than the main route, and there's no real
Yeah, it's
benefit
probably
of
meant
it,
for
so
like
it
a
makes sense they
punishment.
removed it. Also, the internal name of this track is Luigi Course. Could we have gotten Luigi Pinball instead of Waluigi Pinball? Potentially.
pinball's more
There's
of a
also an old
Waluigi
version
thing.
of DK Pass without any snow, and a single Goomba and Thwomp near the end. There's also a version of GCN Mario Circuit which, hold on, GCN Mario Circuit? Wasn't that saved for Mario Kart Wii? Yeah, it seems they were planning on having Mario Kart Double Dash's Mario Circuit as a retro track, but scrapped it
Space
for
Master
whatever
Thief
reason.
breaking
This track
into
is
Nintendo
lacking a
and
lot of
Disney
its
vaults.
key
Yeah,
features
yeah,
like the
yeah,
chain
yeah,
chomp Goombas and Piranha Plants, so I guess they scrapped it before it got too far. I should probably mention that GCN Mario Circuit, the early versions.
I will be
Waluigi
real, though.
Pinball,
I
and
think
the
Mario
other
Kart
tracks
Wii is
we're
my
about to
favorite
see
because I
also
think it
existed within the
introduced
files of the release
motorcycles.
version of the game. But
And
not
has
all
the
of
best
textures
feeling
can be
ones.
loaded without modifying
Paintball's
actual
such
ROM.
Waluigi
Some
thing. He
objects
likes
are a bit
painful
broken,
balls.
So the definitive way to play these tracks is through the good old kiosk demo, and hence why they're in the video.
Cock and
GCN
ball
Mario Circuit's
torture.
not the only scrapped track. Some other courses that never made it
From
to release include
Wikipedia,
Rock City,
the
a
free
battle quest for Mario Kart
encyclopedia.
Double Dash, Test Circle, a track that was purely for testing because, well, it's in the name, and it's literally just a tiny circle with one lap, and an original beach track named Noko Noko Course, with Noko Noko being the Japanese name for Koopa. This track kind of feels like a cross between
I like the
GBA
edits
Shy
that this
Dive
guy
Beach and
does.
N64
Like, the
Koopa
commentary is a bit
There's
dry,
a lot
but
of
like the
branching
edits do
paths,
make
where
up
some
for
are
it.
much slower than others, making them kind of pointless. And I guess this one was scrapped in favor for Cheap Cheap Beach, which has a completely different and more balanced layout than it.
Okay.
And you can't forget about Dokkan Course. It's a very primitive track, even more so than Waluigi Pinball Cheese Edition. It has a
Yeah,
rather simple
that's what I
layout, but
called
makes up for
it.
by having you go through two
I love
large
being on the
pipes
same
which are
brain cell as the
infinitely more fun
YouTuber.
than, like any other pipe in the Mario Kart franchise, because they actually let you do loop-de-loops here. Don't know if this was supposed to be an actual track at some point, or if it was purely for testing, but I feel it would have made for a fun
note
early
to
game
self.
track. And although
Don't
it
eat
never
the
became a
cereal
reality
during
in
these
Mario Kart
streams.
DS,
There'll be
the
a
track's similar
giant wipe
concept to
stain
Dokkan Course
everywhere.
appeared in Mario Kart
Wah.
2, Piranha Plant Pipeline. This track has you driving through similar pipe tunnels, but with a more complex layout featuring split paths, half-pipe segments, and water streams. Who knows whether it was actually inspired by Dokkan Course or not, but
Maybe.
either way, it's cool seeing something similar to a scrapped idea resurface in a later game. As we were just on the topic of unused tracks, we might as well go over some other unused content within the kiosk demo. Now, the final game also contains a lot of unused content,
up on
such as
aisle.
kart models, but I'll only go over things
Lean
that are
up on
exclusively within
aisle.
the kiosk demo.
My
Like this,
pants.
a texture of the Bowser Shell item from, once again, Mario Kart Double Dash. This item can't be used as it has no functionality here, but it is interesting seeing another item from Double Dash once planned for this game. There's another texture for a scrapped item, being a mysterious purple pinkish shell. This item hasn't appeared in any other Mario Kart game,
Huh.
not even in the arcade ones which have the obscure black and gold
Okay,
shells.
you know
so
what?
we have no idea how it would have
I
worked.
was being
Maybe
mean.
one day
Those
we'll know
arcade
about, like,
versions
an earlier
rule.
build of Mario Kart DS surfacing with the
I
purple
could do
shell
the
pack,
Monarch
but
is
for now
that
we can
in
only
that
speculate.
Waluigi too.
Apart from
The
items,
wait,
there's
the
some
Monarch?
textures of very early menu designs that heavily resemble, say it
Why
with
am I
me,
blanking?
Mario Kart Double Dash. Yet again. These aren't functioning menus,
From
though,
Venture
just
Bros.
static images. But
God
it's pretty
damn it, you're right,
interesting
you're right,
seeing
you're
menu designs
right.
From likely the very early days of Mario Kart DS.
To
And
be
you've got a
fair,
lot of that
like,
selection screen too,
I've
with
tried
these few
doing
shifted
the
sprites
Monarch
of the exact
voice.
same cart. Hey, remember mission mode?
But like
You know,
it
that really
always
cool
ends
mode that
up
only
dipping
ever
into
appeared in Mario
Waluigi,
Kart
so I
DS and
I
desperately
gave
needs to
up.
return. Well, there are actually some mission
New
mode
version,
levels
her
hidden
body
away
is
in Pierce Devil's
missing.
files.
Same.
Most are early versions of missions that made it to the final game, but they have various differences like different characters or object placements. Some of them are pretty buggy too, like the Shroom Ridge one where Wario's in a constant loop of falling into the void and dying. You know, typical Wario stuff. And check out the Scrapped mission where you need to collect a ton of coins within a minute. Now this does exist within the final game's files, but you know what doesn't? They're kinda ugly paper thin coins. But we do use the Mario 64 design, which is kinda cool. Well, the video's almost over, so how about we end things off with a scrapped character?
It's the V-Roid model.
Kinda. I mean,
Toad?
there is a scrapped character, but it's not really in the game, but it kinda is. Let me explain. So the kiosk demo only has 8 selectable characters, the default ones from Mario Kart DS. But once again, with the magic of cheat codes, we can play as the unlockable characters in a way. You see, we can technically play as Daisy, Waluigi, and so on using the cheat codes. But I mean,
I love Waluigi sitting in his car.
Their models don't exist yet, only their names on the bottom screen. But if we set our character to what should be drivable,
There's probably a way to convert the model online or in a separate program.
Wherever
Yeah, but I don't know if it's worth it. I would love that.
Yep. Instead of dry.
Granted, it's been a minute.
Egad from Luigi's
I
Mansion
think
was
he's
originally intended to be a
in Mario
character
Kart
in
8.
Mario Kart DS. Although this is a cool piece of trivia, it is a little sad that he didn't make it into the game, especially as he's yet to appear in a Mario Kart game. Heck, he's not even in Mario Kart 2, which has like a mole and a dog in it. But hey, if Kamek, a character who got cut from Mario Kart 64, can finally return over a couple decades later, then maybe
Do you think the
same will
Switch
happen
2
with
is going to
Egad
come with
someday.
another version of Mario Kart 8?
And well,
or do you think
that's
Nintendo
it. I hope you
isn't
enjoyed
any
this
more
dive into the Mario
bankrupt?
Kart DS kiosk demo. To me, it's fascinating seeing how different the game was earlier in development, along with all the unused content showing us a
We
glimpse
want
of what
to
could have
see
been.
Kamani.
I mean, just imagine if chain jumps and purple shells became main staples to the series. And you know, owning this piece of Mario Kart history is pretty
New
cool
Mario
too.
Kart 8
As I said
Deluxe.
earlier, I
Yeah.
didn't go over absolutely everything. So if you want to learn
Plus
more about the
expansion
kiosk demo,
pass,
I highly encourage you to
exactly.
visit this page on the cutting room floor. A seriously cool website if you're interested in early and scrapped content.
Yeah, I
in
use this
games,
website
and
a
really
lot.
handy
It's
resource for
fun.
making this video. And with that, the video's come to
The
an
version
end.
of here
So
I am at
thanks
for
watching.
Blenders just
Consider subscribing. and I'll
busted.
see you in the next
Yeah.
one.
Mario Kart 8 Part 2. True.
Tonight your ass will be visited by 3 ghosts. My foot, my other foot, and a pain is...
Today's climate of
A
progress for the
penis.
sake of progress can be
Hey,
a little
CCR, I have to get
tiring.
mad about working
It's
designs.
Easy for one to get cynical
Yeah.
browsing Kickstarter. What I'd give to be a fly on the wall and observe the brainstorms that I imagine went a little something like this. You know, innovation in teapots has really stagnated.
Actually, hey, chat.
I really wish...
Would y'all mind if I took, like, a second to get up and grab, like, a cold drink? Because, like, I'm feeling myself getting tired, and, like, I think a colder drink will actually, like... We've only got, like, 5 videos left. Drink... Posture check. Yep, drink the water. Can do. Yeah, no, give me a second. I'm catching myself yawning, and I feel bad about it, because, like, the videos aren't boring, I'm just getting tired, and I think, like, a cold Mountain Dew will fix it. I'll be right back, everyone. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll throw some music on and everything. Whoop. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just gotta recalibrate my tracking now. Yeah, I might still be tired, but, like, this should shock my system a bit more. Time is fake, do not believe in time. I agree. Hi, hon! Oh no, Lily, don't be sad. Don't be sad. What's up? What's
Everybody's
up?
already got a nice canteen of some sort.
Time doesn't care what you
I
think.
know.
There's no
Let's
me
put
in
a solar
time.
panel on a water bottle and put
And there's
Bluetooth
an
in it,
eye.
connect it with your phone, and have it tell you when you should drink from it, because we all know that our bodies lack the biological processes necessary to signal that we
Perish,
need
the
to drink
first thing
fluids.
wasn't hi,
But one
hun.
of those
Hi,
brainstorms did, in
hun.
fact, bring a popular item to market. What did that brainstorm look like? What if we could have books without the book? And thus the e-reader was born. Now, in this video, I'm not going to be talking about e-readers themselves. Okay, I'll be talking a little bit about them, but the main focus and attraction of today's
Hun, are we
technological
still into
exploration
playing, hun?
is the display technology
I
behind the world's
am.
most
I just
popular
need to
e-readers.
reinstall, I
That would be
think.
electronic paper,
Maybe.
or
I can't
e-paper,
call.
or
Or I
e-ink,
can't recall.
or electronic ink.
Of course, you're a good
E-readers
girl,
had existed in
Jess.
some form long before e-paper appeared.
But yeah,
In fact,
I'll play
Tecmo
Hunt
made an
again.
excellent video on the Sony Data Discman from 1990, which you should totally watch. But they weren't exactly a great experience. LCDs had weird viewing angles and were hard to see. Battery life wasn't great, and storage, being the 1990s, was limited and relied on some sort of physical media.
I'm not gonna lie, I might
as well
like.
just have a book.
Whoop, I hate
But
how the
development
Twitch
of
app
e-ink
dark theme
fixed
makes
the
all the
battery
purple
life
names
and display
gray. That
problems, and by the
sucks.
time
What?
it became viable, flash
You
storage
demand
was cheap enough
request?
that books could be stored permanently on the device.
Of course, hon.
And
You
remember,
are a good
these
girl
are
as
books we're
well.
talking
The
about.
best.
So what's being stored is mainly text.
No!
and
Someone
maybe
buy
some
Lily a
pictures.
sub.
You could fit dozens of books in
Buy
just
the sub a
64
sub.
megabytes. Now, let me introduce you to the device which introduced me to the world
Someone
of
do it.
e-ink. This is a Sony PRS 505, the second
freedom?
model of Sony Reader available for
Of
sale
course,
in the
you're a
US.
good girl,
I
hon.
first saw one of these on display at my local Borders. That's the second failed enterprise in as many sentences. Anyway, when I
You
saw
love your
this, I thought
e-reader.
the
You
display
got a
was fake.
Books Nova and
One
use
of
it
those
for
silly
manga. I've been told those are
demonstration
really
units with a
solid.
cardboard cutout for a screen.
Also, howdy, Nefarious.
But when I
How are you
pressed the
doing?
U-turn button and this happened, I was taken aback.
Howdy, smile.
There's no way that screen can be real. Well, it was, and this one is. Now, if you're familiar with e-ink, which I imagine most of you are by now, this is no big deal. But back
Right.
in 2006,
We've
when
actually
the
seen
Sony
quite a
Reader was
couple
first
videos
launched,
on
this was
e-ink
like magic. A
on
digital
the
display of any
show.
sort, which looked like paper, was mind-boggling. The viewing angles are perfect.
You
just like
procrastinated
paper.
and
Bring
move
it
it.
outside and it's as if
Yeah,
you're
fair
reading an
enough.
actual
Is this
paper
his new
book.
video?
Even in
No,
direct
this
sunlight, the
is.
display is perfectly easy to
This
read,
is
just like
older.
paper. Now, the contrast wasn't remarkably
I'm still
good,
going through a
about as
backlog
good
of
as a
submitted
newspaper,
videos.
But if you're reading text,
Speaking
that's
of
perfectly
which,
fine. And the fact that the screens were grayscale didn't really matter because you're reading text mostly.
I love you too,
Certainly
hon.
the display technology wasn't perfect.
If you would
but
like to
because it
submit
looked and
videos,
behaved
amongst
as if
other
it were
things,
a
like
sheet
being
of paper,
updated when
it was
shit
readable in any
happens,
conditions a book is, and it didn't come
the
with
Discord
eye-strain
is
problem
right
of a
here in
backlit
chat
display.
if you would like
so
to join.
What makes it so different? Well, practically everything about it. The liquid crystal display was very mature by the time e-ink rolled around, but it relied on properties of light to make it function that lead to all sorts of problems.
Yeah,
Every
yeah, Lily
LCD
dancing
needs
in my
to
chat.
polarize
Hell
light
yeah,
in order to
hell
work.
yeah.
The basic theory behind LCD technology is that two perpendicularly opposed
happy
polarizing
woman
filters
today.
will block light from passing through them. Between the filters is a liquid crystal that essentially twists light and allows the incorrectly polarized light to pass through by realigning it with the front polarizing filter. But when a crystal experiences a voltage passing through it, it aligns in such a way that the light will no longer be twisted.
Never occurred to me
and
that
thus
the
will
crystal would
blocked from
be
passing through.
essentially
It's some pretty neat
vertical
stuff, I'll
in
admit,
that-
but the polarization as light
uh-huh.
passes through it results in viewing angle limitations. Non-backlit displays
Alright, didn't
like the
vanish
one in this
because
watch have
when
excellent
are you never
contrast and
busy?
viewability,
Well, I hope
but
you
only
get some
under
free time
certain
soon, hun.
conditions.
Thank you for stopping
Depending on the
by.
angle
Love
of the
you.
light hitting it might suddenly become very dark and muddy.
That's my wonderful,
You really want the light
wonderful
source to be
partner.
above you or behind
My wonderful
you,
wife.
because it needs to pass through the display and be reflected straight back. For
Now that
best
she's
results.
gone, go follow her,
If
go
you're not
follow
looking
her.
at the display pretty much head on, the polarization effect is weakened and the contrast is drastically reduced.
She makes good
This is
shit.
what makes devices like the Game Boy Color so annoying to use. You need to find some way to get comfortable, but also have the light be behind you, or else you'll be holding it at a weird angle the whole time you use it, which of course is what usually happened. Giving the display a backlight fixes most of these problems, though let's not forget the dark days of pre-IPS panel crappy viewing angles. but introduces new problems. Most displays these days, regardless of technology, are made to appear black when they're not on. This allows for contrast to exist between light and dark areas, even in moderate ambient lighting. But when you take this display outside, now there's so much ambient light that the display is hard to read.
Long live Game Gear. Long live the Game Gear! Yeah. I love the Game Gear.
Isn't great for portable devices. And no matter what you do, a glowing display in your face
didn't have Sonic Triple Trouble on it.
Some eye strain. In a nutshell, LCDs manipulate how light passes through them, and light has to pass through the polarizing filters in order to be manipulated.
I think
but what if we could produce a display that doesn't require light
that's
to
like
go
the
through
one
it
I
at
think
all?
about, even though I never
Let's
played
think for a
it.
moment what
But
makes
like,
up a printed piece of paper.
the
paper is white,
Schmoblap
and
has
when
no
light
issues,
lands on
especially
it, it isn't
when
reflected
clicking
back
links
from
in
just
chat.
one
That's
direction
true.
like a mirror, or narrowly
Absolutely
like in
true.
an LCD.
Triple Trouble was one of the
Diffuse
Sonic games that
reflection
didn't get a
causes it to be
Master System
reflected
version.
in
That
pretty much every direction.
sucks.
That's how we see normal objects. It doesn't really matter what angle we're looking at it from or what angle the illumination source is coming from, because the light that hits it is scattered in all directions.
Virgin Dreamcast, Chad, Game Gear. We are not shit-talking the Dreamcast in this chat.
As intensely, or change the proportions of the wavelengths
Mods,
that get reflected,
remove CJ's
imparting
balls.
what we see as color. So, how could you go about making a display that emulates the appearance of paper? It needs to be diffusely reflective in order to look like paper, and it also needs to be able to darken parts in order to form images.
Game Gear Sonics are
e-ink
so
displays
fucking
are
hard.
made up of
Yo.
tiny microcapsules that are filled with a mixture of black oil
How's
and
Game
white
Gear
pigment.
emulation, by the
And
way?
in a way, each of these particles functions like
God,
a
I love how it
teeny
looks like
tiny
styrofoam. I want to lick
See,
it.
the insides of an Etch-a-Sketch are black, and it's filled with aluminum powder. When it's shaken, the powder is thrown around with the help of polystyrene
Works
beads
great. Oh,
and
hell
coats the
yeah.
glass, making
This
a
failure of an
uniformly
app,
silver
stop merging
screen.
the notifications.
The dials control the two
God
axes
damn it,
of a
Twitch.
plotter, and as it moves, it scrapes the aluminum off of the glass, exposing the dark insides of the
I
toy.
thought he was going to make
If you're
loss.
really
I
patient,
thought
you
he
can
was going to make
scrape off enough of the
loss.
screen to see the actual mechanism inside. The tiny particles in an e-ink display are quite similar in concept. Inside them is a black oily
Seeing
substance with a
up
bit of
close
negatively
e-ink
charged titanium
makes me
dioxide powder
makes my
suspended in it.
mouth water.
If a positive charge is produced, this will attract the white titanium dioxide toward it and cause
War
it to
crime
bunch up
this,
against
can't
the
lick the
inside surface of the
styrofoam that.
microcapsule. The result is that it appears in front of the black
War crime
oil,
this,
and the
can't lick the
microcapsule appears
styrofoam
white.
that. What the fuck can
If
I
you
even
reverse the
do
charge,
under the
now
League of
titanium
Villainy?
dioxide particles will be pushed away and end up on the opposite side of the microcapsule, revealing the black oil.
I mean,
and thus
come
the
on,
microcapsule
I hid.
appears black.
I went into this to be a
Later
super
screens use
villain.
positively charged black particles as
Can't
well,
even lick
which,
the
although I
fucking
can't find the specific reason for doing so, likely increases contrast.
Stupid
By
woke
sandwiching a bunch
League of
these
Villainy!
microcapsules between two electrodes, you can choose to make them appear either
It's
black
true.
or white, depending on the
It's true.
polarity of the charge you produce. So, taking it a step further,
It just
if you
occurred to
take
me
a
if I
great
can
big
do a
bunch of
Monarch
these
impression, I can
microcapsules
probably
and
do a
sandwich them
Rusty
between
impression.
An active matrix of electrodes, you can produce a screen with given size and resolution. So long as the electrodes on the display
Why
side
zoomed in
are
ink make your
transparent,
mouth water?
you'll be able to see the
It makes the
microcapsules
brain
underneath.
activate in such
And
a way
that's
that I
exactly
can't
how
quite
most
describe
e-ink
it.
displays work. The technology itself is referred to as an electrophoretic display. The concept of electrophoresis was well known before e-ink became viable, but the invention of the micro-encapsulated electrophoretic display led to devices like this being viable. That really has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Micro-encapsulated electrophoretic
Monarch
display.
being a
Pulls right off the
Sundowner
top.
quote
Perhaps
is
the
so
signature
cursed
advantage
too,
of this display
but
technology, aside from its paper-like appearance, is that the display does not require power
Like the
to
good
produce
old
a static
days
image.
after
The
9/11.
microcapsules are so small and the fluids are suspended
God, I
in
can't
this
do that
system
quote
up,
without doing the
that
hand
pigment
thing that he
particles will just
does.
stay where they are indefinitely. This is why the battery life of an e-reader is so great.
I'm fucking
Unless it's actively
invincible!
changing what's on the screen, it can essentially just turn itself off. Assuming the software was written this way, the hardware can be barely awake.
Okay,
just
my
enough to
impression's
register
getting
button
better with every line,
then
and I
it can
hate
wake
that.
up, refresh the screen, and go back to sleep until the next page turn is requested. Sony used to
does
code the
work
battery
really
life of
well.
these by the number of page turns possible. In the case of this unit, that was 6,800 turns. So in theory, you could read a dozen or so books on
Should I
one
just do a
charge,
video of
depending on
reading
the size of the
Sundowner
text
quotes?
selected.
Just,
And if I
children
may, I'd
can
like
be
to digress
cruel,
slightly and
Hank,
admire the
and
design
I'm
of this
very
unit.
in touch with my
While
inner
buttons on
child.
things seem to have gone the way of
You-
the dodo, I really
touch
liked the
children?
aesthetic of
No,
this
not
device,
like that!
And the navigational hierarchy was clever. And here's a neat thing. It's got expandable storage. And get this, a headphone jack. That's right. It's an e-reader that
Sounds
has
like a Venture
headphone
Brother
jack,
quote.
So you can listen to MP3s
Just with
while you
one
read.
line at it.
What a strange world
Sundowner
we were
will
in
be
back in
proud.
2007. putting headphone jacks in things. I had a blue one, which I preferred to the silver, and while I am admittedly biased here, I think the design has aged pretty well. And in case you've forgotten, this is what the first Amazon Kindle looked like.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, that sure was
and it had a QWERTY. It had a QWERTY keyboard. Yeah. You could play Doom on that fucker.
While this display is definitely made up of pixels, in fact it has a rather measly resolution of only 800 by 600, each pixel contains many microcapsules, and thus the edges of the pixels are incidentally smooth.
My mouth's watering again. I literally can't control it.
But this helps to make the text
I bet
seem
that has
even
something
more
to do with
natural.
synesthesia,
Thanks
right?
to a rather well thought out text rendering scheme and the ability to show 8 shades of gray. Actually, what's to stop the display from showing 50 shades of gray, am I right?
God.
The edges of the text rarely seem jagged, which helps maintain the illusion that this is printed text on paper. Anywho, while the screen requires no power to show a static image, you have probably noticed the weird flashing thing it does every time you change the page. And you might have also noticed how slow it is to draw any given image. Well, now we get to the downsides of e-paper. Because it relies on particles physically moving within a viscous fluid, it's not fast at all. This doesn't really matter for anything
I
an
strive to be
e-reader
a
might
turns
do,
upon
but for an
sometime.
application
Oh
like a
yeah.
general purpose display,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
simply
yeah,
too
yeah,
slow
yeah,
to be
yeah.
useful. Applied Science did some experimentation on these displays, and I highly encourage checking the video out. But with current electrophoretic
his
display
laugh
technology,
fucking
it's
killed
unlikely
me.
that we could break into anything near smooth motion. The reason why this
I kind
device
of like
keeps
that it
inverting the
can't,
display is to
though.
avoid permanently charging any part of the screen and thus winding up with a permanent ghost image.
Basically the idea of
It also
screen
needs to do
burn.
this to prevent ghosting in general. Because the particles aren't all going to move uniformly, you can still see a very slight remnant of whatever it showed before, and without doing that inverted flash, it would be even more noticeable. Newer e-readers don't do this with every page turn. However, even in 2007, Sony wasn't doing whole screen refreshes for everything. The little loading animation only moves the arrows within the circle, so it's clear that even this early on, it was possible to refresh only portions.
Oh, I
of the
love that
screen.
you can
This
see the
macro shot
actual
reveals that
wheel.
The process of producing intermediate shades of gray appears to be based mainly on time. If we slow down and look frame by frame, you can
it's
see
gotta be
many of the pixels
synesthesia.
briefly turn a
It's
darker
gotta
shade,
be.
then lighten slightly. It could be that this single frame of brief darkness is the impulse of the matrix's charge, and the reversion
Okay, like,
to a
see,
lighter color is
this
simply the
version doesn't
microcapsules
get to me, 'cause
returning
I
to a more
can't-
relaxed state.
Now
Or
it
perhaps
does.
The screen is briefly pulling
There's
those
something
pixels
about
towards
like
black,
the
and
actual
then a bit
closed up
back to
or
white.
close up groups of
In fact,
dots
you can see
essentially
that any pixels that are due
that
to
makes it look
change
like
spend at
styrofoam with
least
ink
some
on it.
time as completely black and completely white. They are then pulled back to their appropriate
And it doesn't
darkness
register as
levels.
food, it just
In
makes
any
my
case,
mouth
we can see
water.
clearly here that the pixels are not all manipulated at the same time, nor for the same duration. And here's where I get frustrated. E-ink development has kinda just sorta stopped. It's not like it's gone away, but there have basically only been incremental improvements. Sony's
Again,
later
I
reader
kind
models,
of-
like this PRS 350, improved on the contrast slightly, and they enabled touch support using a rather clever system of infrared emitters and receivers embedded in the
BRB can
bezel of
ask
the
Posey
device.
upload 20
They
minutes
also
of
tweaked
close-up
the
e-ink
display
with
algorithm
his
to quickly
usual
invert the sections
Poseisms.
you
Do
touch
it.
to affirm your input.
I dare you.
Amazon's paper white Kindles incorporate a backlight, or some built-in lighting anyway, I'm not sure of the specifics, and screens that can show either red or black have become rather common. In fact, you
wish.
sometimes
He's
see these
probably
in
a busy
stores
man,
in lieu of
right?
price tags. Supposedly, E-Ink Holdings has developed a full-color display, but I'm not aware of any applications of it. And that's a real shame. While I'm sure the inherent speed problems of electrophoretic technology will probably prevent it from ever breaking out of e-readers, I would love to have a computer monitor with the physical appearance of paper. I wouldn't even mind if it were grayscale. I spend a lot of time in front of very bright, colorful computer screens, and I definitely get eye strain from them. And although I use Flux, a program that blocks blue light late in the evening, I still feel that the
Yeah, he
brightness
does seem
alone
like a
helps
very
keep me
busy
awake.
man, but I mean,
I
like,
really only need that color and
a
brightness
lead
for
on a
small
topic
portion of my
wouldn't be
work.
something
If I
that
could
he
use
would
an
be,
e-ink
like,
monitor
annoyed
for
at, I
browsing the
think.
web, writing, researching, and doing other computery things, my eyes would really appreciate it. And, wouldn't you know it, there's another display technology that might spread out using the principle of electrowetting.
I've never heard of
Supposedly,
that.
these refresh fast enough to be suitable for video while also having a similar appearance to e-paper.
Okay,
I say,
okay.
Let's
You can
get
gently
on this, display
recommend.
companies. You will gladly have my money if you come up with a
Thanks,
paper-like
Twitch, for
display that
thinking
doesn't
that's a
even need full
fucking
color, but if you want,
link.
I'll pay extra for it that I can connect to my PC and use as a monitor. I would love, love, love it if I could.
Did
be staring
Iris
at a matched
spectrally
paper-like
project into
screen
him?
and not an eye-abusing glowing rectangle.
F.lux.
From what it looks like, an electrowedding
Flux.
display could in theory also
Adding this
be
to your
backlit.
CBT collection.
So perhaps you can make what looks like
I'm
paper when
adding
you
this
want
to
it
my
but
CBT
looks like a
collection.
video screen when you don't. Or even just like, here, laptop people. I see you doing funky stuff that no one asks for. How about a laptop with an LCD panel that happens to also have an e-paper panel on the other side, and you could just flip it around and switch to e-ink? I would bet you could boast some colossal battery life figures if you can figure out how to pull this off without a backlight. Here's just a free idea coming at you. Figure it out, please. Regardless of my desire for a general-purpose e-ink display, I'll still happily gaze at my
Imagine playing fucking Daggerfall in an e-ink display.
About their limited applications. By the way, did you notice the connection here? Sony comes to market with a product a year before a competitor releases a very similar product.
Oh yeah.
And despite Sony's best efforts, their product failed.
Sounds about
I've heard
right.
that one before.
Sounds
As
about
always,
right.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm hoping we see more applications for e-ink, even if it's
That'd
not
be
my
interesting.
pipe
Well,
dream
like
of
the
a
way
truly
the
functional
sprites
computer
work, like I
monitor.
think it would actually
Displays have been
like
glowing in our
work pretty
faces
well.
for decades,
Daggerfall the
and
manga,
perhaps a
give
change
me
in
that.
regard
Yes.
is worth a look. Of course, thank you to everyone who supports this channel on Patreon, especially the fine folks you see scrolling up.
By
your
the way,
screen.
full warning, I'm
Your
pretty
support
sure the
has
next
enabled some
video is
truly
a
amazing
computer
things,
virus
and you all
video.
deserve my thanks. If you'd like to support the channel with a pledge of your own and get perks
so
like
if those
early
bother
video
you,
access,
just
behind-the-scenes video, and the inside scoop on the latest projects,
I'd
please check
just
out my
like
Patreon page.
tab out for a
Thanks for your
second
consideration, and
for
I'll see you
like
next
9
time.
minutes. Unfathomably smooth jazz.
But when I
That's
pressed
how you
the
can
page
tell
turn
these are
button and
manual.
this happened, I was taken aback. There's no way. I forgot I'm wearing the watch that beeps on the hour. Those Let's take a look at the camera. Now the contrast wasn't, oh yeah, I was gonna say. Inside them is a black oily substance with a bit of negatively charged titanium
Good
dioxide.
thing you're on phone. Oh
suspended in
yeah,
it.
oh yeah.
Titanium dioxide powder suspended in it. The result is that it appears to be in front. It is.
The thing
It doesn't
is, I
appear
want
to
the
be.
story
You
of
stop
Daggerfall to
messing
be
with what
more
you wrote.
easily
It's
accessible
silly
to people because it's so
And it
fucking
can
cool.
Wake up.
I've had the beeping watch. It's why I'm glad that the watch I did have just straight up didn't have a, it just straight up didn't have the, what's it called? Like, it didn't make any noises. I didn't let it. I need to get a new smartwatch.
Today we're taking a look at one of my
virus
favorite
video.
worms, because its payload is very creative.
Note.
Of course, I'm talking about the
Old
melting
video
screen
or
worm.
old viruses
Go ahead and
cannot
read it.
happen to your PC with this virus
See if it
anymore.
mass mails
But
itself. Runtime error
you know,
438. Object
I
doesn't
miss when
support this
Vampirism and the
property
Elder
or
Scrolls
method.
meant your character actually
Now,
got
this
a
is a
funeral, then woke up a vampire.
message.
Yes.
Don't appear to
CC,
get
please.
the,
Oh, yep.
Email. However, the email tells
Thank you
to install VBS runtimes in order to see this really cool melting screensaver. Now, this worm basically makes companion files for all these exe files in the Windows folder. You can see the snowflakes
Okay.
are here everywhere, or at least at the top they were.
I was gonna say, yeah, I saw two of
Anyway,
them.
this makes computing very difficult. Cannot find the file. Okay.
I can't wait for this to freak me out.
On-time error.
I can't
75,
wait.
Path access error. Requested file is not a valid font file.
Some of
Now,
these have
basically,
subs
when
by
it
Dan
copies all
himself
these
and they're
names for
fun.
itself,
This video isn't one of
it
them.
cross-links
They're
all
still
these
useful and I
EXEs
still
to
like
run
them for
random
basic
programs. So
accessibility.
you could try to run calculator, you'll end up getting something completely different. See, this is supposed to be media player, however it doesn't do anything. Let's see what else. We'll go ahead and restart so we can fully infect the PC. Just gotta wait a few minutes because this computer is slow. I'm thinking about doing something very special with this computer. If you guys would like, on April 26th, the anniversary of CIH, I could potentially destroy this computer with CIH. Have the
Do it!
overwriting BIOS
Do it!
payload and all that crap.
I believe in
I think it
you.
would be a really nice send-off. And yeah.
Brick that fucker.
Alright, we'll go ahead and do that, because that'll be really cool. And I've never
Yeah!
trashed one of my computers with CIH yet. which in over 3 years of doing this is a bit
I
overdue.
mean, this one might still work, assuming that the Windows 32-bit API isn't that drastically different today. That's fair, but like it's unlikely this is going to happen.
Same thing. It's basically just falling apart. Alright, we'll see if we can get some melting screen going on here, because it looks pretty cool.
Also, I'm pretty sure we've seen the CIH video. If we did, I haven't seen it. Or I don't remember it. Well, fucker never made it to Windows 100. Yeah, because he killed it.
See all these frost icons everywhere of files that have been replaced so far. Come on, you're supposed to melt the screen.
I love when he's like, yeah, I'm trying to kill this PC. Why aren't you dead?
It infects another one.
Oh no.
Info runs an uninstaller. Melting screen executable runs as WJ view help.
Oh no.
Media player runs smart drive. You can see everything's just getting messed up here.
Oh no.
But it's not.
This is like a slow burn horror movie.
Which is very bad. Email or. Why is that accessing the floppy disk drive? I don't understand. What are you doing?
It's like 99% of his videos. I love them for that. Okay. Yeah, I love how these aren't edited like at all.
Melt. Melt.
Why won't you die? Yeah.
DOS rep. Dr. Watson. Scan disk. That's not what I wanted. Explorer.bin. You see it stores the original files in these .bin files. And then takes their original name. Okay, sound recorder. That's not what I wanted. I want you to melt the damn screen. God. You jerk. Welcome to Windows 98.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it, get out of here.
There's something.
What?
Oh.
What? Oh, what the hell is going on? Okay. Get out of here.
Okay.
Windows, okay. Melt the screen. Welcome to Windows Update. Phone dialer. Imaging. And none of these are melting the screen.
Breaking news, Windows 98 too angry to die. Stop praying. Stop praying for Windows 98. It's getting too strong.
Minesweeper. Kodak. JView. M386. Drive space. Win pop-up. Okay. Ping.bin was just created. What's ping.exe do? IP config. There we go. Finally.
Oh, that's cool though. That's so worth it. Cool. Yeah, this is the shit I was.
Taking 5.5 minutes to get to work.
This is the sort of shit I'm worried about with like getting a virus. Is like it actively corrupting the screen.
Example, that viruses can be a real pain in the ass sometimes. Now,
I hate that it doesn't work.
If you escape, no. See if Task Manager will come up. Yeah. Alright, Task Manager, you can end melting screen. Okay, now it does it all the time. What an asshole.
I wonder if you can get it to like stack.
That's all there is to it.
I wonder if you can get the shit to stack.
So now every time it does
Continue to pray for Windows 98.
Like
Damn.
Infected files before it would even do this. Let's try restarting the PC and see if it melts the screen immediately on starting the computer. Now that
oh God, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. Today's viruses only encrypt your data. They don't even make this shit. They don't even make shit like this anymore. Yeah, and I miss it.
I guess that doesn't make very good content.
In like a small way, I miss it. Like I don't miss it in like the good old day. Well, to a point, but like I miss when viruses were like creative. You know?
Come on, Windows 98. This video is approaching the 7-minute mark. That's ridiculous.
Oh, Windows 98 taking
7
forever to
minutes for a video
load.
that should have taken like 3.
Terrified of analog horror shit happening. Yeah, exactly. Also, were you there for the E-Ink video, Iris?
Finally. Okay.
Windows 98 was your first OS
We
ever.
should get some melting going on right now.
It was mine too, but it wasn't
Yeah,
when I was
there we
like
go.
actively using
Good job,
computers.
Good
I started actively using computers and like had my
Cool
own when
effect. I
Vista
like it.
was contemporary.
Get out of here so we can log on and see it again. I think it's doing it right now.
Oh, please. Yes.
Maybe not. Come on, load Explorer. There we go. And once again, the melting payload starts. So you can see this worm.
It was
would be pretty
XP for you?
devastating. I mean,
Fair enough.
All the programs you're trying
Yeah,
to
no,
run
mine
end
was
up running something else.
Vista because like that's finally when we actually got to
You
like
saw while I was trying to get it to
have
work,
more than one
that even
laptop.
Executing the same program again and again would open something different every time. This would be insanely frustrating to try.
We
to work
were
with.
fucking broke,
And not only that,
like
in order to clean up, you'd have to delete all those melting
for the
screen
longest time it was like, oh, Windows 10
and then
came out and I was
replace
still
all of the
running
bin
7
files that it
like
created
3 years
in
into
their original
Windows 10
state.
existing.
And
the
you
only
also
reason I
did all
started
your
using
friends, so
10 was
you'd
because
screw over all their
I had
PCs
upgraded upgraded to an actual like
Pretty much a
proper
pain in the
built
ass.
my own PC.
Yeah.
Gonna lurk for a
Payload looks
bit,
pretty
catching
cool,
up on
so
sleep
I
because
guess
Cat
that
woke up at
balances
2
out if you
a.m.
like me.
God, I'm sorry. I feel that though.
That's about it for the melting screen worm. After nearly 9 minutes of hell.
Fuck him up, Mr. Squidward!
Yeah. Mr. Squidward. Fishing lads here, Mr. Squidward.
Mr. Squidward!
Yeah.
Protect me, boy! Remember,
This is a really good impression.
punish, and don't forget it, Mr. Squidward! Squidward! You head first! Look out for that random forward smash, Mr. Squidward! You missed your fucking neutral air, Mr. Squidward! Use your janky hitbox, Mr. Squidward! Mr.
Yeah.
So you run away! You're getting
That's
When you
beautiful.
hear the term copy protection, these days you're probably more likely to think along the lines of DRM, or some clever way of preventing copying a digital something or other, such as a music file, DVD, Blu-ray, or whatnot. If this is your frame of reference, you might be a little surprised to learn that a form of copy protection had been in use for pre-recorded video cassettes as far back as
I was not familiar.
1985.
Here's your warning. Fair warning. I like this tune. I like this
The
jaunty
Macrovision
little
company,
tune.
Which later became the Rovi Corporation, which later bought TiVo and decided to absorb that identity, so is now TiVo, came up with a way to exploit the automatic gain control circuitry in a video cassette recorder and create pre-recorded tapes which would mess around with that circuitry.
I accidentally pressed one of the function keys.
Now, to be
I'm
clear,
sorry.
This wasn't so much a copy protection scheme as it was a copy deterrent. This wouldn't exactly prevent you from making a copy, but that copy would be almost unbearable to watch. So first, let's see what it does. I have this VCR plugged into this VCR, and the TV is currently displaying the output of this VCR through this VCR, and I'm going to stick a pre-recorded tape into this one, and a blank tape into this one. I want to make a copy of Rain Man. So now I'm going to hit record on this VCR, which will copy Rain Man onto the blank tape inside it. Pay attention to what happens as soon as I hit record.
Huh.
That's not exactly a good sign.
No.
Well, aside from that, it seems to be working okay. No apparent issues so far. But when you play the copy back, in addition to the generational loss brought about by being a second-generation analog copy, the brightness of the image changes wildly, and it's not at all
neat,
stable.
though.
Why is that happening? And why only while I'm recording?
Look at how you can see all the pixels on that CRT, baby.
With the vertical blanking interval of the video signal in such a way that the TV won't really be bothered, but that a VCR
roll my
attempting to
shoulders
record
and
would incorrectly
maybe
interpret as a change in signal
set
strength.
them back into place,
I'm
but I
not going to go too much
can't.
into detail here, as I've already made a video explaining the basics of analog
NTS
television.
CRS
But at the
emulates
start of
this.
every
I
field,
wish.
There are a number of lines in
Still
the signal that
cool,
are blank.
but
They are
like not the
transmitted at the
same.
highest intensity, which creates a blacker than black segment that the TV
Still really
can use
good,
to
though.
synchronize itself to a broadcast image and display it properly. To see the vertical blanking interval, you need to get yourself an old TV that allows you to adjust the vertical hold. This particular set to the rescue once more.
Hell yeah, I think I
fold
actually
ever
have
so
something
slightly
very
off
similar to
so the
this.
image will roll.
Like
The
this
dark
exact
bar
TV
is the
somewhere
vertical
in
blanking
the...
interval, and the really dark portion is the sync pulse that the TV
I
is
would say
looking for.
in storage,
You
but that
can tell
implies
that it
it's not in the
almost catches
house.
it each time it makes
No,
its way
I
to the
mean
bottom.
like in the
But with the
storage
adjustment
area
just a
of the
tad off,
garage.
it won't stay in
Have you
one
tried to get
place.
our NTS
Many video cassette recorders
RS
would
working in
use this
Resolve?
pulse
No,
for
not yet.
determining
I
the
haven't
signal
opened
strength.
my...
Not all
I haven't
channels
opened
come in
Resolve
with
in
the
like
same
a
strength,
month.
which in the land of video means they could appear brighter or darker depending on how clear the signal is coming
Spoons,
in.
you know.
A TV doesn't care too much about the relative signal strength, but a VCR really does. Just like audio tape, a recording onto videotape needs to be made at the correct level. Too much saturation and detail is lost through clipping, and too little saturation and the picture becomes noisy. By calibrating its signal gain to the level of the vertical blanking interval, the VCR would get a known reference point for brightness. This meant that no matter how strong the signal was or how bright or dark the scene it was recording was, a VCR would be able to make a recording correctly. So then, with this knowledge in their back pocket, Macrovision Solutions Corporation devised a way to mess with the blanking interval in order to confuse the gain control circuitry of a VCR. Let's look at how Macrovision changed the blanking interval. This copy of the Magic School Bus wasn't encoded with Macrovision.
God, I really hope I don't get content matched for this.
So what does a tape with Macrovision look like? Well, with The Wrong Trousers, the BBC took care to encode their tape with Macrovision. Notice these new blocks inside the blanking
Okay, so
interval.
it's down to the tape.
That is
That's
Macrovision. You'll see that next to the
interesting.
black blocks, which are actually high-intensity pulses because a TV signal is inverted, are white blocks that keep fading in and out. This is likely what causes the brightness changes in the copied tape. A VCR that is recording this video signal keeps seeing the brightness of the vertical blanking interval go up and down, and it will treat it as though the entire signal were getting
Oh
stronger
God, I
or weaker.
cannot stop yawning.
This means that it keeps erroneously adjusting
I'm thinking
the
I'm gonna
strength of
take
the
a nap
recording,
after
which
this
causes the
stream.
recorded image to suffer. Warning. The following section of the video contains some speculation. Okay, I ran into a wall
Fair
regarding
enough.
some specifics. A lot of the information about Macrovision you can find online seems incomplete and doesn't really jive with what I've observed. Most descriptions of Macrovision will talk about the high-intensity pulses and the automatic gain control, but this only explains the image getting brighter and darker. This might be particular to these two VCRs, but I tried dubbing in both directions, and the resulting recordings were wildly unstable, not just too light or too dark.
Okay, okay, let's go.
Intensity when you look at the blanking interval, it would seem that this is what causes the image to go light and dark.
Oh, this is so
and that's
fucking
fine.
cool.
But in addition to these pulses, which are described
Like,
as
I don't have
excessive
much to
voltage
give for
pulses,
commentary
there's a
outside
little
of me
something
going
else.
like, yo.
These handy oscilloscope captures on the Wikipedia page show that the intensity of the high voltage spike goes up and down, and the lower portion here stays constant. So this means that this part is the white boxes we can see appear and disappear. Assuming
Like,
these
this
two
is cool
graphs
to the
show
level
these
that
two
like my
states of the
leg is
vertical blanking
bouncing,
interval,
which
then the only
actually
component
should
that
probably
changes
help
is
me
the level of these
with
upper
like the
pulses.
energy levels.
This makes sense because the light portion follows the dark portion.
damn.
Within the lines you can see dark light gray, and the graph does the same. Dark light gray, dark light gray. I think that not enough attention is given to these lower pulses, as these appear to be at the same level as the synchronization pulse in the vertical blanking interval. If we go back to the tape without Macrovision, you can see this very dark portion here in the blanking interval. This is the high intensity pulse that the TV locks onto for vertical synchronization. But the rest of the blanking interval is just a gray color. That's just the black level. Many black and white televisions, including this one, can't produce a true black unless there's a good deal of contrast in the scene, which is why it appears gray. It will, however, always produce true black during the sync pulse because that pulse is blacker than black, meaning the electron gun is entirely shut off. When you go back to the tape with Macrovision, you can see that the added black bars are also at that blacker than black intensity. It seems to me that these probably screw around with the VCR's ability to maintain vertical
Sorry, again, I
synchronization.
keep like getting
These
dumbstruck
dark
by how
boxes extend
cool
the
this
sync
is
pulse
to look
farther
at.
into the blanking interval than it should be, and the pulses appear multiple times within a single line.
I also
The white
actually
bars
don't know
that
if
appear and
the
disappear are likely what
audio
interferes
noise
with the
or
automatic
video
gain
noise
control and
there
cause the
is
brightness
because
issues,
it's
but
a
that shouldn't mess with
different
tracking or
refresh
image
rate,
stability. There seems to be
like
more
from the
than
camera
just
to
that
the
going on.
display,
Some
or
descriptions of
what?
Macrovision
But
call
like,
dubbed tapes simply
God, it
annoying
looks
to
so
watch,
neat.
But this is unwatchable.
Old tech is dope.
Just as if there
Yeah,
wasn't simply
yeah,
this
yeah.
TV that was struggling to
Part of me
maintain
wants to know if the
synchronization from
sound
copied
is
tape,
any different.
I played the tape back through the LCD TV in my kitchen, which doesn't use the vertical blanking interval in quite the same way as CRT television does. It had a more stable image, but not only did the image repeatedly become darker, it lost all color
That's why you have a
completely,
C64,
and the VCR was
absolutely.
clearly struggling to maintain tracking. You can hear the pitch of the audio waver continuously.
Yeah, that was the question I was gonna make. Or that's the question I was gonna ask.
The signal got so bad that the TV kept blanking the screen and giving up. It seems possible to me that not only does Macrovision mess with the automatic gain control, but it might also mess with automatic tracking circuits.
God, again,
of the
this is
VCR,
so cool, because my
which
leg
may
is
help
just...
to partially explain the next part.
Every
Regardless
once
of
in a
the
while I see
exact
something
specifics
so
of
neat
Macrovision, there's one
that, like,
interesting
I
quirk
get
to
the
the
restless
system.
leg.
Really old VCRs, which don't have the same automatic gain control circuitry of their modern counterparts, are impervious to Macrovision. Every time I need to move this thing, I regret it. This beast just really doesn't care what's going on in the vertical blanking interval.
I
It'll
remember
let that
people
tape
used to
just
use
fine
this
for you. See, it's
specific
recording right now, and
VCR
the TV doesn't show
to
anything weird. Let's play the copy back to be sure. Yep, just fine.
to record PS3
Hey,
footage
it's me
before
from
we
the future.
understood
While
how
shooting the video I needed
video
for this
splitters
video, I
work,
noticed that the
because you would
VCR
use
which was
it
copying
to get your
Rain Man was making
PS3
really
footage
odd sounds
going
as it recorded. Take a listen.
through your capture card because it stripped the HDCP protection. Because, like, the to those that don't know about HDCP protection on a PS3, it's hardware level.
Normally, you never hear a
instead
VCR make
of
noises
software
like this,
level, like
except for
modern
maybe when
PlayStations.
it's adjusting its tracking. This really seems like the Macrovision is confusing the VCR on where the start of the video field actually is, and it keeps trying to compensate for that. The video head drum needs to spin in perfect alignment with the video signal, and it seems like this VCR is being fooled into thinking the start of each frame moves as the Macrovision blocks fade in and out. The old VCR probably isn't affected because it doesn't try to chase a wavering signal. I would imagine it has much less of an ability to adjust the speed of its video head and tape transport to signal fluctuations, and as a result, Macrovision just doesn't affect it. Anyway, even into the days of Macrovision, there were some VCRs that weren't affected by it. It was estimated that 85% were, but that leaves a significant number of VCRs floating around which just don't care about it. Also, for those that were so inclined, getting a Macrovision defeat device from the gray market wasn't all that hard.
Yeah.
In fact, you could build one yourself. Because Macrovision can't entirely eliminate
I knew
the pulse for
Macrovision
vertical
existed, I've just
synchronization,
never actually
otherwise
seen
the
what
TV
it
couldn't display an image
does.
at all. A defeat device just needs to remove the altered parts that were messed up with boxes and replace it with standard black lines. Now, when DVD came along, Macrovision was incorporated here too. Because
It was
DVDs
actually
are a
probably
digital
easier,
format, they
all
don't
things
contain
considered.
the video fields like a video cassette does.
Is that Spirited
so
Away?
the player actually generates the Macrovision in the vertical
Yeah, I think
blanking
it
interval of
is.
its composite output. It will only
It's like
do it
memes
so
floating
long as the
around about
disc
how
asks
Linux
for
not
it,
being able
which
to
not all of them
Netflix
did.
and chill because
For
of
example, this copy
HDCP.
of The
You know
Princess
how true
Bride
that
doesn't
still
use
is.
Macrovision,
I don't
but
know
this
about
copy of
nowadays, but I
Spirited
believe
Away
that was
does.
correct.
The fact that the analog Macrovision system was
I believe
shoved
that
into
was
the DVD
true.
format caused some problems for early DVD adopters. Remember how the image got messed up only after I had hit record?
Yeah.
That happened because unless it's recording, the automatic gain control circuitry isn't active and it passes the signal straight through to the TV. But many VCRs weren't so kind, and instead applied automatic gain control to whatever input they received, regardless of if it was recording or not. Many TVs only
God, this
had
is
one
okay.
composite.
I'm gonna pause right quick. This is why anti-piracy stuff sucks, because more often than not, like, pirates are always gonna find a way to get around it. But like the end user, if they have even a difference in their hardware, sometimes like it leads to probably still a problem. Maybe, I'm not sure, but like every time anti-piracy tech comes out that's new, it causes more issues to quote-unquote legitimate end users than the pirates who have probably already cracked it or found a workaround. And it's like, do we then just throw our hands up in the air and say, oh, fuck it, the pirates win? Probably not. I mean, like, my pro-piracy ass is gonna have a different take than, like, the standard person, but, like, it just sucks. It's why de novo anti-tamper sucks as much as it does, because it doesn't do shit to stop pirates, but it has so much CPU usage, I believe it is. It's either CPU or RAM, I can't recall. That, like, a cracked copy just plays better a lot of the time,
Input.
and that
So
blows.
for anyone who hooked their new DVD player into their TV through their VCR, and if their VCR didn't simply pass through the video from the DVD player, they might get a horrible mess. Imagine how annoying it would be to play your first DVD and all of a sudden have the image come out like that. Many people thought that their new DVD players were somehow broken. But thankfully, newer VCRs like this one won't cause a fuss unless you try to record from the DVD player. And while we're at it, this attempted copying of Spirited Away shows a second thing added to Macrovision, which was called Level 2 ACP. This would invert the phase of the color burst occasionally, which produced stripes of the wrong color on a copy. Quite honestly, that's the least annoying.
I was gonna say, that's still watchable.
Now these days, far more complicated
like,
copy protection schemes are in use, much to the chagrin of anyone who wants to make legal copies of their media, which is, by the way, allowed.
Totally legal,
But Macrovision
allowed
was, I
in
think,
pretty much
quite
everywhere
clever.
in the
By
world.
messing with the fundamental structure of the video signal just enough to keep a recording
Reminder,
VCR from working
legally
correctly,
speaking,
but not enough
that
for
you
a
can
TV
make
or a plain
actual
VCR to
backups of
become
whatever you
confused.
physically
They
own.
actually had a pretty
You just
elegant
can't
solution.
sell it,
Thanks
legally
for watching. I hope you
speaking.
enjoyed the video. If this is your first time coming across the
And
channel,
I don't know
like what
how
you saw,
about,
please
or I don't know
subscribe
how
to Technology
lending
Connections.
works.
You can also support the channel on Patreon. Patrons of the channel are what keeps these videos coming, and if you'd like to join the awesome people who make this possible, please check out my Patreon page. Thanks for your consideration, and I'll see you next time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That was fucking awesome.
Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at the Cascade DOS virus. This is one of my favorites, just due to its ingenious payload.
Yeah, and this is another virus video. It is about 4 minutes in length if you want to tab out for just phobia reasons, comfort reasons, epilepsy reasons. I don't know what it's going to do.
It activates as long as the date is after,
It's just fair enough, or it's just like...
As long as the date is anywhere after that, it will
I just want y'all to be aware.
So it's best to have a full screen of characters, and about a minute after you run an infected file, it will start displaying its payload, which is pretty cool. So, I don't know. What should we do while we wait for it? How about...
Like, they don't bother me none, but like, you know, subs place, yep. My bad.
Just a bunch of executables to
I mean, not my bad. This is actually YouTube's fault. But still, all the same.
Gotta wait for it.
Oh.
As you can see,
Why does it
Cascade
sound like a
payload
Geiger counter?
Makes it find individual letters on the screen and then move their position down as far as they can go without hitting another letter.
That's
and then after it does
really sick, actually.
Every 30 seconds, and computing is impossible while it's dropping the letters on the screen.
Okay.
And so
okay.
It's really entertaining, but pretty annoying if you're trying to get work done and all your work
like
just
it sounds like a Geiger
screen.
counter. That's
to go again,
fucking sick, though.
Run its course.
The PC speaker is instructed to click. Yup.
Listen for that. It's a little quiet
Good timing.
on this computer.
Yeah, the fact that it sounds like a Geiger counter picking up radiation is just... It makes my brain happy, even though it shouldn't.
Wait for it.
Because, like, why should it? But... Or, not as in, like, why should a Geiger counter work, but just, like...
We'll do it with a little less text so we don't have to wait as long for it to finish.
Ooh. But, like... It's never a good sign when the Geiger counter clicks. It's always going to be terrifying. Oh. Okay, this is just neat. Oh, and I like that that D that's in like the center of the screen. Like it tapped the letter below it, and then the letter below it dropped all the way down. That's awesome. I wonder if the active, like the, I keep forgetting the word. Not cursor, I don't think. Ooh. Oh, this just makes my brain happy.
Yeah,
this is a sensory
Cascade
video.
Let it finish up here.
Like, again, like, it might as well be a sensory video. Holy shit. Like, cursor's probably not the right word, right? I was gonna say, I wonder if that backslash is gonna drop, but yup. Dan, it's so nice to let the virus finish its thing.
Again. And that's about it.
Huh. And it just fixes itself. All right. That was the first Scop stream in a minute. Sorry again for these taking so long to come out. It's more of a spoons thing. I've meant to do it for the last couple weeks, but like for some reason Tuesdays specifically life got in the way. Let's find someone to raid out to. God damn it, a lot of people are playing games that I don't want spoilers on. Ooh, yeah. You know what? We'll raid out to Tim. So, if you stuck around for all that and enjoyed it, genuine, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, there are links below wherever you're watching. Things like Stream Elements, Stepling, the Community Discord server, and the Throne wishlist, as well as the merch store.